Alrighty. So, hello, travelers, and welcome to the Come and Go Tavern. My name is Sheela Ornthalis, and I'll be your hostess this afternoon. Today's kitchen special is Southern Torikatsu, and it looks like Rebecca is currently available for a full-service package, if you know what I mean. Oh, thank you very much for the coin toss. But if you see anything or anyone else on the menu that you're interested in, just let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Hello, Kiwi. Hello, Osiris. I hope you're both doing amazing this morning. I ended up not going out and doing a gig last night, so I am almost at full power today. I am a little bit annoyed with myself because I realized that today is in fact the first day of the month, which is traditionally where the newest short story would be appearing on our Patreon. But due to some, shall we say, let's just say unforeseen circumstances, i.e., I don't know how to read a calendar. The next new short story is going to be coming out next Saturday, not this Saturday. Let's see. Bop. If you are interested in checking out the prologue and first chapter of the refresh of our first 5 books, you can check it out there. And in fact, the audiobook versions of both the prologue and the first chapter are up now as well. We're probably going to revisit we're definitely going to revisit the prologue. I'm not sure if we're going to revisit chapter 1, because I'm actually really happy with how chapter 1's audiobook turned out. My narration voice is almost certainly going to continue evolving as we go. But, you know, I'm learning, so sue me, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's take a look. What are we up to today? Right, we're playing Shadowrun Hong Kong today. Today is going to be part 6 of that series, and last time we finally got around to dealing with Ractor's old associates. They're not dead, just discredited, which is worse by some standards, especially if you're an engineer or an inventor and that sort of thing. We are heading into a bunch of character interactions now, I think, and I will be doing my best to maintain voice work for this. But it is definitely a workout given how large the cast is. No suing friends is mean. Fair enough. Anywho, as always, I will be available for comments, questions, and concerns about the tavern, as well as a regular old conversation. So don't be afraid to fill that chat with discussion. Is it in a book? Are we going to take a look? Is it a refracted series of light hues that allow us to better understand the written word? Anywho, let's we'll head right on over. Hey, the MTR pulls away from the station. You become lost in the crowd, just another face traveling from Central toward Kowloon. Every second puts blessed distance between you and the hornet's nest of knight-errant soldiers you've left. With the data planted and the GPS module in your possession, it seems certain that Ares Asia will place the blame for your run at the doorstep of the Red Dragon Association. The loss of the prototype laser is unfortunate, but allies are often more valuable than gear, especially in the shadows. With any luck, they'll be able to pay you back soon enough. Oh. This world is so rough. Alright, so first things first, let's go talk to a few people I don't know. We haven't actually talked to Ambrose in quite some time. Ambrose is staring at a flat panel monitor. The local news channel is zoomed in on an ultra-modern aircraft carrier, moored in Victoria Harbor. Oh right, he had kind of a Chicago.
Hey, you following the IJN news story? The Kansei fighter wing from the Masamune did an honorary flyby of the Executive Council meeting today. They're rattling the saber hard. Everybody's being courteous as hell, but nobody's blinking.
The IJN? The Masamune? What are you talking about?
And the Imperial Japanese Navy. They parked the carrier Masamune's battle group in Hong Kong for a visit, trying to intimidate the city. Nobody's having it. Not even the Japan Corps. Looks like it's being driven by some kind of weird internal Japanese pissing match. Imperial militarists want the cow, Hong Kong, and bring it under the umbrella. However, almost every megacorp, including all the Japan Corps, want Hong Kong to remain independent. Tensions are high.
Is there any chance that Japan will take over the Hong Kong Free Enterprise Zone?
No way, not in a million years. This kind of rooster show goes down all the time. Worst that'll happen is a bunch of watchball posturing. Like, the IJN has an accidental fire incident with a coastal boat. Somebody test fires an anti-ship missile. Then the Port Authority finds the Masamune's paperwork lacking and charges them exorbitant harbor fees. Always like that. They're a bunch of square-haired idiots with muscle cars, revving at each other. Just stay out of smuggler holes. The IJN likes to go on sprees of blowing them up. Show how well protected Hong Kong would be under the yoke.
Ambrose snorts in amusement.
Those honorary flyover fighters have live ordnance loaded. Ridiculous. Say what you will, though. That Kansei multi-role fighter is a sweet bird.
Ambrose ogles a close-up of one of the shark-like jets on a wall screen.
Twin Mitsubishi double-aught Delta turbofan engines, ramjets, thrust vectoring, Generation 4 fly-by-wire. Phew, hey, gorgeous.
Do I have anything to worry about?
Yeah, don't go into a bar full of drunk Japanese sailors with a free San Francisco t-shirt on.
Ambrose snickers.
This whole IGN drama is going to go on like it always does. The Japanese Navy will eventually realize nobody's even paying attention. Then they're going to steam off in a huff, maybe blow up a few smugglers out of the water. Happens all the time. Ugh, politics. I can only talk about them so much. Let's move on.
So, you're a Hong Kong Shadowrunner, right?
I was.
He looks down at the remnant of its body, scarred and dismembered.
I don't look like much of one now.
Ambrose yawns and stretches, straining his leg stump and scarred arm in opposite direction.
Oh man, that feels good. So, there's a particular way this kind of conversation goes. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
No, but, well, we gossip. Ambrose gives you a completely level, calm gaze. No expression.
I'm going to interpret that as wit. Listen, I'm circumspect about my past, and you're a new, active runner, so I don't want to know any of your story. It's only a liability to me.
Ambrose props himself up painfully, or a little. His living eye has an intelligent gleam.
Let's make this conversation useful. I'll cut the BS and give you some down low on Hong Kong, from an expat runner perspective. In return, you don't dig for my jobs list. Deal?
Deal.
Rock solid. Hong Kong's a good lily pad for a derby crasher like yourself, madam. Shadows are deep, money flows, it's friendly to foreigners, and there's no real government. The whole place is run by corporations and syndicates. Get it? However, as a fresh meat off the boat, you gotta decide who you want to be. Born runners follow three career paths in the Kong. Assimilate, burn their bridges and get out fast, or they die. For a short timer, you can be as violent and splash as you want. But, well...
A Waldo arm springs out of over his shoulder and points emphatically at you with its claw.
If you're in it for the long haul, learn the local arts. Discretion, restraint, respect. That long-term face, don't embarrass people. The Hong Kong shadows grind through expendable runners, who are loaded up with bad face and then dumped into Victoria Harbor. So whatever you do, watch your back.
Anything I can do to mitigate the risk?
Just keep your head on a swivel. If you're only planning to be here for a couple months and then vanish, cash in bag, or cash in big. But if you want a life here, you gotta play by the rules. Well, the other thing to remember is that that Hong Kong is a really complex place. It's one of the great global cities, enclaves of every major megacorp. It's a syndicate town, refugee magnet, and it's Guangdong. At some level, everything goes here, but
Ambrose takes a deep breath and continues in a tone of low appreciation.
when in doubt, assume that old Hong Kong tradition rules. I say that as a loudmouth bastard. Be polite. Modest, honor favors, maintain face, give respect, and always treat people's time as valuable.
Go on.
Hong Kong fascinates me. I used to hate it here, and I love it.
Ambrose takes a big breath and sighs, contentedly.
Found a nice little piece. Survive? Maybe you can too. And you sure do seem like a survivor. People know who I am, but only in the network. Kindly runs this neighborhood like a separate country. You paddle a boat across the canal, no one's ever heard me. I never will.
Ambrose suddenly stops himself as is what he's saying. He finishes lamely.
Anyway, private.
Sounds like something went sideways back in those rudder days you talk about.
Nah, Captain Obvious.
Ambrose's voice is laden with irritated sarcasm.
I learned everything I just told you from Tai Chi dude at the end of the dock. That's also where I got the overuse injury that put me in this chair.
He sighs.
Look, I kinda like you, madam, in spite of your choice moments. Watch yourself out there.
Alright. We gotta talk about reliable Matthew, though. Ambrose sighs. His expression suggests that he's had this conversation.
What about Maddie?
Sounds like he's in a bad situation with his suppliers.
Maddie is always in a bad situation with his suppliers. He's a terrible businessman. Used drone selling, that's a brutal business. Always have a lot more metal on the lot than you can afford. Commissions are pittance. Maddie doesn't want help to do something else, though. He wants to hole up with his little drone buddies and be left alone. Nothing wrong with that.
Ambrose says, thrusting his chin out defiantly. So why are you giving him BTL?
Why am I giving him BTLs?
Ambrose bristles.
So he doesn't have to get a cheap shit that's going to fry his brain from a street dealer, that's why. Those cool blues are pharmaceutical grade. Their tracks run clean and clear as live opera.
Ambrose catches himself.
Look, patient confidentiality, I've already said too much. He's medicated, God knows he deserves it.
Fair enough. Sounds like he does have a medical need.
That he does.
Alright, I've heard enough. We'll drop the subject.
Good. I commend you thinking about him, Adam. Really do. A lot of cases like Maddie come through my door and I feel for him. If I didn't have this gig, I'd be right there with him. Yeah, but by the grace of Chrome and booty go I.
Ambrose makes a mock toast with his arm.
Reliable Matthew. All true, little buddy. There's a rest for you at the end of the tunnel.
Reliable Matthew.
May he hang in there. Alright, let's talk about something else. This is just depressing.
Alright, show me your services. I'm looking at cyberware. Let's see how much I've got. Oh, we currently have about 4,500 new yen, huh? We'll end up getting cybered to hell and back, but I don't know if we want to do that just yet. Mostly looking at options, you know. Right, we have to actually buy into cyberware for this one. Goodbye, Ambrose. Time for me to go.
Cheers, madam. Talk to you later.
I know that wasn't a very good Chicagoan accent. I kind of gave up on doing the Chicagoan and just leaned into the kind of gruff but respectableness that he has. The gibbering transient wheels to face you, his eyes bulging out of his skull. He's a young man, probably in his late 30s. But his hair has gone bone white. He reaches toward you with his hands hooked into claws, and his entire body begins to tremble. You've seen them. I know it. I can smell it on you. He reaches his hands to his face and claws at his cheeks, his fingernails digging into his flesh. The devils, the ones that are coming in the runt that leads the pack. Another transient glances over at you. He got into town yesterday. Came in on the same boat that we did. It seemed normal enough at the time, but now he's stark raving mad. I am not mad. His voice rises into a scream. I've seen them. They're coming. They are on their way here now. All right. Tell me what you've seen. His breath comes in fits and gasps. He claws at his throat and his voice lowers to a whisper. There are hundreds, all different but all the same. A giant with the legs of a boar and the jaws of a baboon. A woman in jade and gold with 100 blind eyes. A runt at the head of the pack, slim and beautiful with arms like jaws and an ivory crown. Tears spill down his cheeks as he sobs piteously. They run in rivulets into the gashes that he tore in his cheeks. They are all coming, all clawing at the gate. She is already slipping through. He seizes up mid-sentence. His eyes roll back into his head and he falls to the pavement. When he hits the ground, he doesn't get up. He isn't breathing. I think he's dead. Check the man's pulse. You kneel and press your fingers to the fallen man's neck. Nothing. The transient stares down at the fallen man's body, his brow furrowed. To hell with this place. I'm getting out of here. I know that it's none of my business, but you should do the same. Not me. I have business to attend to. The dwarf shrugs. Your call. Best of luck. That was a lot. How are you doing, Spider Shin? Shin is busily engaged in a conversation with someone on the other end of a video call. The other individual appears to be a tremendously handsome elf wearing an immaculate and undoubtedly pricey custom suit. Shin doesn't appear to notice you.
I'm just saying, customs office gives me any more crap about importing those tiger snakes. I'm going to be up a creek without paddle.
The elf nods, tilting his head back with a mischievous grin. Leave it to me. I have some friends in the customs house, and between that and their shoddy records keeping, I'm certain I can get your snakes out of quarantine. It'll take a day, maybe two. If it takes longer than that, it's because someone specifically doesn't like you. At long last, Shin seems to notice you.
Hold on, Yang. I'll call you back. Got a customer here.
Putting down the comm link, Shin bows.
Hello again. What can Spider Shin do for you?
Who's the good-looking elf?
He's my lawyer, Yang. Our lawyer, I should say, since he's another Blue Lantern, and is part of the same crew.
Shin lifts a thin Chinese sword, turning it over so that the light glitters along the edge.
Don't do a lot of things that are legal. In the strictest sense, anyway. Helps to have a good lawyer, you know?
For most Shadowrunners, getting caught is the end of their career.
Well, see? There you go. If you had a good lawyer, that wouldn't be a problem.
Shin grins, chin tilted upward.
Saves a whole world of trouble, woman.
Most of the time, caught means dead for us. Shin is unmoved by this interview.
Well, then your lawyer can make sure your inheritance goes to the right people, huh? This one time, we had to cause a big fuss and make sure it pointed at the Red Dragon Syndicate. We ran into one of the protection rackets and started causing all kinds of fuss. Breaking windows, setting fires, roughing up patrons. Yang told us to wait and get arrested. Problem was, there was a vice squad that really wanted us caught and thrown in jail. We'd embarrassed them a few times already.
Shin chuckles quietly.
Turns out, he'd used a Decker to contact, make sure to swap a bunch of public recordings, so the traffic cameras would conclusively show us somewhere else and arriving at the last minute. He also made sure the vice squad that arrested us was cited for failing to file proper paperwork on a bunch of previous cases. Squad got canned, we got let go. It was a thing of beauty.
Getting some new pets in then? Shin frowns dourly.
They're not pets. They're an investment. I can make anti-venom serums from them. Or I can use the raw venom to accomplish tasks that would otherwise be too messy and loud.
Oh, so you do wet work for the Yellow Lotus?
When the situation demands it. Normally I work for Grandfather Woe exclusively. Sometimes, though, he asks me to do someone else a favor.
Shin produces a needle from below the boat's table, casually flicking it off to the side. Glancing over, you see that it's embedded halfway into a metal crate.
I solve problems. You never know what the problem will be, so I have an array of tools at my disposal. It's like this, yes? Yes, I can hurt people, but I can also heal them. I learned to heal with my medicine before I learned to hurt. When you learn how the body works, you learn how to break it, as well as fix it. It's like a mechanic in a car engine. You know how to fix it, you know how to disable it.
Good to know, Shin. I'll see you later. Okay, can't talk. Alright, let's go see. Friend. How you doing, Crafty? Back so soon? Tell me what you need and we'll see what we can do. Think you could send me a copy of those notes? Crafty taps her finger on her notes. Already a step ahead of you. Just finished digitally transcribing the information. I'll send it your way, She looks around at the book-covered shop. As soon as I find my time. Thanks, Crafty. You're welcome. Expect them soon. Now, I will say, you look dog-tired. Are you feeling alright? Crafty lets out a single, sharp laugh. I've been better, if that's what you mean. Going through these notebooks has been hard. Not just because of the sheer amount of information. It's been a nostalgic ride, too. If these journals are kicking your ass, you can always stop. Your health comes first. No way, I've dug myself in too deep to back out. And I don't say that as a bad thing. I've made progress. I'm proud of that. She leans on a book-covered chair. The sooner I figure out these dreams, the sooner I can rest. And trust me, madam, I'll make up for it in spades. And in naps. If that's your plan, remember to pace yourself. You won't get anything done if you become sick. You make a good point. I appreciate the advice, but don't worry. It's not a total slog. These journals are just as exciting as they are laborious. Alright, I'll let you get back to it. Sounds like a plan. See you soon. Alright. Gin is gonna have nothing new to say then. It's Crafty didn't really either. But she's fun to talk to, so I don't mind. Let's go see Reliable Matthew. He's got a whole, like, 1950s thing, so...
Adam, here's looking at you, kid.
Reliable Matthew gives you a big wink and shooter signal. His eyes don't seem to reflect the emotion, as usual.
You in the market for, a high-powered grade A autonomous helpers? Or are you just here to hang out? Because if you're just here to hang out...
Matthew's synthetic personality seems to flicker for a moment. His expression pulses back and forth between smiley cheer and something like shy happiness.
That'd be okay by me.
I'm just hanging, Matthew. Good to see you.
Right on, beautiful. Right on.
Reliable Matthew smiles blissfully, looking around at the docks. He admires the looming, oppressive mass of the walled city.
Take your time. Make yourself at home. Be right here if you need any.
He flashes you a big smile, exaggerated and fake-looking, yet somehow also genuine.
It's good to have you around.
Oh, I would actually also like to take the drums, though. No, I'll hold on to my money for you. Alright, goodbye, Matthew. Ah, there's one of our people at the end of the docks. Okay, so let's real quick head up this ways. Have we talked to Maximum Law lately? Not really, I don't think. So let's go bug him first. Law is speaking into the air as you approach. His bulky goggles flash with an unusually diverse array of conditions.
Yo, P0, I gotta go, man. This is the cat I was telling you about.
The goggle servos whine softly as a set of lenses focus on you.
Madam, what's going on? What have you been up to?
Wait, were you just telling me that about someone about me?
Don't worry, P0 is what Bowen. He's so cool, he's like refrigerant. So, what can I hook you up with today?
I got some metadata for you.
Yo, tell me what you got. The network runs on information.
289 Red Pole just got snatched in Aberdeen. A guy named Rooster. Law nods sagely.
Of course. Those guys are a maze of labyrinths. That's why I like to keep an eye on them. Let's see what I got for you. Grab a program. Here's my surplus stack. Yo, check this shit out.
I'd actually prefer some New Year.
Alright, ability is a data expose. One power recognizes the intrinsic value of information. Boom! Information is money. Boom! It's a pleasure handling meta with you, madam. So meta is like a fresh memory defragment. It makes my whole day better.
I do also have some additional information. The Red Dragon Association just got framed for industrial espionage in Ares, Asia.
Damn, that's cold. How'd that go down?
Someone stole a prototype from Ares, Asia while planting evidence.
It's just the buzz on the network is saying is that they're saying that they're well. Hang on a second. You're leaving me a little flustered here. The buzz in the network is that they're getting chewed up right now on Yao Tsin Meng. I wonder if Ares is the chewer. Let's see what I got. Alright. You prefer Nuyen, right? Boom. Information is money. Alright.
See you later, Law.
Yo, madam. Let me know if you need anything. You're the biggest carnivore in the Gong.
Alright, let's go turn in our stuff before we get to a new run. Probably also talk to people. Meaning our team members specifically. Mother's notes from Crafty Shoe. To Madam, subject Mother's notes. Hey, Madam. Here are those notes you asked for. But before you dive in, a heads up. They're a complete transcription of Mr. London's journal. As in, they're the thoughts and ramblings of an insane woman. It's not an easy read. Another dream. This time it was a near shadow, wraith, faceless. I heard its voice, though it did not speak. When I awoke, it was inside me, though I had been. The city just. Where am I? That weight dropped into me. I felt the words of the rain, skin, tips of my hand. I saw its mouth and mind's eye, rows and rows of lies. Morning. My hand was to the paper. I wrote the words, these words. They cannot lie. Added it to my evening. Was it a king I saw? Was I really there? I was in the city, I'm sure. And how did I end up here? Was I carried back? My list is growing. Soon, with this knowledge, I will stop the kings. A step forward is a step backward. A step backward is a step forward. Each wraith has a name. A true name and a false name. Knowing their true name is knowing them. Call them on their lies to make your will still try to. They fear the deaths of unborn chicks. Things must be one or the other. That is, of the negative or positive. Positive doesn't necessarily make nor negative and bad. Simply, once a deal is broken and made, the kings and the planets are closely connected. When nearest their sun, power wanes, and farthest grows. There's only one. There is only one wraith. There may be two wraiths, but there is only, most certainly, wraith. They must follow the laws of the earth. Rules set in motion long ago. Should they concede defeat, it's lost to them. Kings are the rulers of us all. Take from us their life, and with it parts our soul, part of our souls. Not give them what they seek, and you will be there. They cannot lie. Morning. I made breakfast. Floor in the shape of my death. And the truth. I added it to the list. It's all or nothing. They are all liars. Another dream. It was in white space. I could taste the color as if it were. This time no voice. Just rows, rows. Rows and rows and rows. A mess, I know. There's not a whole lot of significant material other than what. But even that is contradicted within Mob's notes. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt. Meanwhile, looking into it. Good luck on your crafty. One unread message. Okay, well, what is it then? Read your old messages, maybe? No? You submit the job as finished and await the response. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen. Your payment. Oh, I don't remember what voice he gave Steel Arm Lou. Your payment is attached. I confess that I am very pleased with your work. It's not every runner who could have pulled off a job of this magnitude. Well done, Lou. Yellow Lotus on the rise. Anybody else noticing how many more Yellow Lotus they've been seeing in Kowloon these days? I feel like I can't go anywhere north of Admiralty without tripping over one of their blue lanterns. Camellia. Seems that way. I know there's been some heavy stuff going down around Haoi and the Walled City. Kindly Cheng's been making serious inroads, and the other red poles and straw sandals are following suit. Crimson Comet. It's talent, pure and simple. We've got the guns, the connections, and the skills. Survival of the fittest, ladies and gentlemen. We're simply complying with the laws of nature. Bulgari. I'm partial to Mausal the Dodge. Power flows from the barrel of a gun. Natural selection has nothing to do with it. The Yellow Lotus is playing their tiles right, and the Dragon is just reacting. That situation could change in a moment's notice. Ignition 99. You can bet your ass that when it does, Hong Kong's going to be a bloodbath. Before all of this, we had an equilibrium. Now everything is out of balance. Oh, thank you very much. Good stretches, good stretches. Thank you very much for that, Dragon. I appreciate you. Now everything is out of balance. When these kinds of things tip back, there's no stopping them. Take your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe one of these triads will be standing by the this time next year. Hi. Evidently you also needed a stretch. Hey, listen, there's a reason why I do the entire stretch, you know? And it's gonna be even more amusing once I get motion tracking working, because y'all will actually get to see me do the stretches. Oh, you'd like it being appreciated. Thank you. So, what makes you so sure? Sounds like you're just pulling this out of your ass. Camellia. Oop.
Someone's flirting with Dad again.
Okay, are they just flirting because he's a pretty boy on stage, or are they, like, making him uncomfortable?
Well, he sent me to get you.
Good point, good point. Let me finish this up. You know what to do if something goes so terribly wrong, but I'll be there in a second. Statistical analysis, detailed threat modeling, computer-aided projections. Oh, and indicative experience as a mercenary. This is the same as the power struggles that result in coups, except without the military backup. I estimate there's less than 7.8% chance of both triads remaining inside 10 months. Hi. Sure, whatever, kid. We got ourselves a bona fide armchair general here. Go be a Matrix expert somewhere else. Camellia. Alright, so I'm gonna go save V from whoever is harassing him. Everyone else, stand up. I know we just stretched, but, you know, maybe walk around a little bit. And refresh your refreshments. We'll be back in 5 minutes, okay? We'll continue with the, check-ins around AOA. Okay, who is it today? audio quality seems to have changed suddenly. That's because I've got my door open now and have the fan kind of trying to recirculate some of the air because it was getting, I hadn't even realized it, but it got to be 80 degrees in my office already. Just one segment. It's a whole fucking thing. My office does not have good ventilation because it wasn't planned as part of the AC system for the tavern originally, because it wasn't a separate room. And here we are. I'm still trying to figure that out in a way that doesn't affect audio quality too badly. But, you know, we'll get it figured out eventually. Okay, new Harley Scorpion for sale, only 10,000 new yen. Almost new Harley Scorpion available for immediate sale. It's in excellent condition, black with red flames, comes with autocannons and custom speed mods. Letting it go for only 10,000 new yen because I travel for business and don't use it much. Need money fast. Can send picture if you're interested. Panda Cuddles 49. That's an awesome deal for a modified bike. Can I take it for a test ride? Where can we meet? 8 Trigger Rig 8. I'm in Macau on business and the bike is with me. I owe money right away to an associate. Best thing to do is send half the money via a secure escrow service, and I'll bring the bike to you when I get back. Pay me the rest. If you don't want it, I'll refund your money, okay? Panda Cuddles 49. But if you owe the money now, won't the money be gone if I decide I want a refund? 8 Trigger Rig 8. You travel with your bike. You want to sell your bike for cheap because you travel. No. Sometimes I travel long distances and I don't want to take it. If you want to put only 4,000 new yen down, that's okay. You can check out the escrow service. Loyal Escrow. It's a very good reputation. Okay? Macau's not far. Can I just meet you in Macau? My business is very sensitive. I can't meet you in Macau. Send only 2,500 new yen. I'll reserve the Harley. Okay? Your business is so sensitive. How do I know this weaponized vehicle will come back in one? Why would you get a new Harley Scorpion in the first place if you knew that you traveled so much? Why would you spend so much money when you knew you owed money? Hello? Yeah, I thought so. Anybody notice these rogue ESPs forming a rudimentary hive mind, calling themselves Codex? Tin Helmet. I don't know what the original software was supposed to do, but Codex has been siphoning data, diverting creds, and practically posting its calling card. There's no tracing it back to a source because it lives in the Matrix. It even joins BBS threads. Whatever it is, it's not trying to cover its tracks. Any leads? Tin Helmet. Is it some kind of threat? Snosberg. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about suspicious patterns of glitches. Too random to actually be random. Codex, huh? How can ESPs develop self-awareness? Can it just be a programming error? Peer-to-peer. Creating an AI by mistake treads that fine line between awesome and stupid. In Helmet. Maybe these ESPs are getting thrown together like amino acids until there was life! Life, man! So, does it have an obvious agenda? Hackathon. As far as I can tell, Codex mostly criticizes new software releases. In Helmet. That's all it does. Octoblast. Collected scripts rise, more perfect than their makers. They let you know it. Jivebot. Is that Codex? Hackathon. No, that's just Snosbert's crazy poetry bot that's been popping up all over the place. Heard it blew an undercover sting with a prescient quatrain. Hours of HKPF undercover work down the tubes. Vampire wire. Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's probably time to shut Jivebot down, only I'm having a little trouble disabling it. Snosbert. Hello, Mist. How are you doing? Be it morning, day, or evening. I don't think the real Codex is any more autonomous than Snazzy's poetry bot. If you wanted to create an AI, you'd need insane programming skills plus resources that some megacorps can't even muster. There's no way real AI can just occur at random. Octoblast. Jivebot, join us! Codex. Almost got hit with a TPK last night because our DM threw the MFing Yautja at you. What? What are you playing? I was confused why we didn't run away when we got attacked. Are you playing Mothership? Are you playing Delta Green? Triangle Agency? Okay, you gotta give me more. You gotta give me more. 5E. Did I misremember what a Yautja is? Hang on. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I need to... Hang on. Okay. Alright. So, Spelljammer, huh? You got some homebrew. Like, I've seen that sort of thing in Cyborg. I actually have some expansions for Cyborg that involve bringing in things like just old like sci-fi movie monsters like the Terminator, like the Predator, like Alien, or the Xenomorph, I should say. And there was one more, I forget what the other one was, but yeah, you get it. 5e, huh? Are y'all jamming some spells, or is this just a random visitor from outside the spheres, as it were? Because that's fucking wild. Bound to my kindred, free agent no more, gladly, I go towards the light. Drivebot. Infused with the jive, our verse is unstoppable. Tremble, meat-bound fools. Codex. Drivebot? Still there? Oh no. Snazbert. Random visitor, you got attacked in a forest on your way to a city. Nice. Tin helmet. You're having us on, right? No friggin' way this is real. Hackathon. No joke, Hackathon. Tin helmet. That was awesome. Oh good, this group's looking for a decker. Again. Looking for experienced decker for a discreet milk run, providing some muscle for a special delivery. Potential for a longer term arrangement. For a team that's been together for years, running your basic heists and the occasional transport gig. We've got a reliable fixer and a long list of happy clients. Requirements. You must not take experimental stems during runs. 2. You must not tamper with chemicals in secret labs. 3. You must know how to properly operate a moped. 4. You must have a good sense of humor. Give me some Union Trip 8. You kept throwing out bombs that did 10d12 damage. Oh no! That's not good. Like, okay, hang on a second. That's 13 times 5. 59 plus another 6. It's gonna be... what is that, 65 average damage? And then the fuck you, we dying together bomb that did 20d10. You fick? So that's 9 damage on average every 2 dice. So 90 damage on average. Like jeepers fucking creepers. Like that's an attempted TPK. Like what was the GM? Was the GM trying to fuck with you? Like what the fuck? What level are y'all at? Because I have to assume those were AoE in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm an Excel pervert, but like... level 6 party of... what? Huh? Huh? Like... huh? Hang on a second. I need to check something real quick. Where did those character sheets go? Because I intentionally built... back when I was doing 5e stuff, I was playing an Adventurers League. And... I had some really specific builds. Basically, like, I had a build that allowed me to be at the cap for each segment of the league. Just, you know, on Paul, you know. Where did those sheets get to? Sheets? So let's see if you're... So, me, Sheela, level 10, built as I can be, I only have 93 HP. That's with an 18 in Constitution because I'm thick. What the fuck? Sometimes he does hard fights that are good, and then sometimes he throws BS like this. Yeah, that's... Like, there's hard fights, and then there's that. That feels like he like carried a 1 wrong in doing some math, you know? Don't like that. Don't like that at all. All right, but anyway, let's get back to this nonsense. I'm new in town. Did a lot of good work throughout Guangdong, but I had a lot of Taiwanese connections, and it got a little uncomfortable. Plus, I may have hacked a Confederation server and cracked it wide open temporarily for a Matrix free-for-all as a cover, while I quietly deleted selected intelligence files. Shenzhen Zhou. Impressive, and you know how to ride a moped, right? Give me some name tripping. Yes? Why do you ask? Shenzhen Zhou. We just... Mopeds were a part of our last plan, and, well, our last decker apparently had not a clue. Went off a residential road near the peak. Not pretty. And you're not the kind of person who experiments with substances during runs, right? Walk without falling? Yes? These are some crazy interview questions. Are you serious? Very. Let's talk about this face to face, okay? They have not had any good luck recently. Go. Is there a... Hang on a second. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is a bit of a bug. This message shouldn't actually be in my inbox yet. This is apparently a known issue.
Ah, my friend. You have done an admirable job. An admirable job indeed. I have already incorporated the technology that you recovered, my stolen tech, into a new chassis that I'm fabricating for Koshi.
Glad to be of help.
You will be, my friend.
Factor tips his cigarette. A couple of burning embers tumbles to the ground.
Very, very glad indeed. The next time we take to the field, you can expect to find Koshi's combat effectiveness considerably improved. He has become truly deathless, just as his namesake was in Legends. When he takes damage, he will mend himself before your eyes.
That sounds incredible. I can't wait to see it in action.
Nor can I, my friend. Nor can I.
He says, turning back to the weighing machines that fill the shop, watching their progress with hunger in his eyes. Factor is such a fascinating character. Gaichu has made no attempt to organize his box of personal effects. It's obvious that he's been through it. Contents are still jumbled, seem to have been unpacked, and laying atop the box this time is a small soapstone statuette and a folding paper fan. The statuette is of a round-faced bodhisattva, its head canted slightly to one side. Its hands are pressed together in prayer. A tiny red bib is tied around its neck. The figure's expression is serene. There is a slightly crooked smile. No secret or joke. What's this tiny statue with the bib? Gaichu pauses, turning it ever more fully toward her.
Ah, is a statue of Jizo, protector of children. He is also the guardian of travelers. Statue of him are placed along almost every road in Japan. His name outside of Japan is Siti Garba.
Seems rather cute for you.
It is. It is not so much that about what he does, as much as how much I enjoyed his temple in Kyoto. It was one of the few refuges I had during time living in the city. Jizo Inn is a tiny place. It is fairly close to the much larger and better known sister temple of Saihoji, on the western edge of Kyoto. Unlike Saihoji, however, Jizo Inn is almost unknown.
Gaichu smiles fondly, looking sightlessly into the distance.
To get there, you have to walk through a twisting residential streets, past a deep green grove of bamboo. If you do not know what you are looking for, never find it. Most people assume the road it is on is simply a dead end. I recall walking there in a light tree. Smell the ginkgo and maple leaves in the slight breeze. I would go there, simply sit, myself be, whenever I felt the stress of school was too much for me. Inside there are several small shrines. The main attraction is the moss garden. Enter a very, very old meditation room with a small gate. Take off your shoes, sit at the edge of the garden, feel the world outside slip from you, water through a sieve. Just you, trees, and the moss. The garden was a microcosm of my world, stripped bare of any confusion possible.
That sounds nice. Smiling faintly, Gaichu dips his head.
I rather thought so. I never saw more than 2 other people, no matter what the time of year. It seemed at the time to be my own private sanctuary.
Take a look at the paper fan. The folding paper fan is cheaply constructed, thin paper stretched over plastic spine. It's obviously a souvenir sold to tourists for a few new yen. Unfolding the fan reveals a pleasant landscape, a Japanese city in the 19th century or earlier. Curved roofs at sunset beside a deep blue river. 2 ships sail down the river, spanned by a long wooden bridge. In the foreground, laborers carry buckets along the shore as a man on horseback. Hello, Coleman. How are you doing today? We're in Hong Kong alongside you. We're, well, a different version of Hong Kong, as it were. In the foreground, laborers carry buckets along the shore as a man on horseback rides in the opposite direction. In the distance, a pair of large red buildings dominate the city skyline. 1 large temple hall and 5-tiered pagoda. Gaichu grunts, not turning towards you. Home very late, but wanted to pop in to say hi. Fair enough, fair enough. Did you have some good games today, then?
The fan is from Shinsoji Temple in Asakusa, one of the districts of Neo-Tokyo. The image is one of the less famous works of Ando Hiroshige, a woodblock print from before the Meiji Restoration. I purchased the fan while on leave from my military. Reminds me of how open I felt. The future seemed to stretch out, full of possibility. And also because I like them.
Ooh, 6 hours in a 3x3 or 3v3 game of 11th edition. Fun, fun. The biggest news that has been coming out of GW recently that I'm interested in is the new edition of Necromunda. I'm still not sure what to make of the rules, but the new Clan Escher miniatures that have been coming out are gorgeous. Gaichu is examining his armor and gear, looking for defects.
Madam, I'm ready to go when you are, but it doesn't hurt to do a last-minute inspection. Message me from the MTR station when you are ready.
Fair enough, buddy. Enough. As long as the rules are simpler than current, you're happy. Fair enough, fair enough. Like, it's... I am always of 2 minds when it comes to Necromunda because, like, a bit of complexity in it makes sense, given that, like, it's supposed to be a little bit more roleplay-y than standard skirmish games. But it was a little bit unwieldy. Yeah. You walk. Okay, my biggest fear with it is that it's going to become like a kill team variant, if that makes sense. Like, I want I want Necromunda to continue to have its own identity separate from Kill Team. And that's the biggest fear I have, is that it's going to lose some of that identity. Startbox is a bit lackluster with how little terrain is in it compared to previous. Yeah, that's sort of the worst case scenario. Exactly. And yet, to be fair, the old starter box for Necromunda was ridiculously overpacked. Like that, and I don't say that in a negative way. I loved how overpacked it was, but from an economic standpoint, I can understand why they would want to back off a little bit. But they may. I haven't seen the full contents. I've only seen the new minis, so I'm willing to accept that they may have backed off too much. So you walk into a mess. Half-eaten cans of food litter the floor, and personal equipment is strewn about in haphazard fashion. Amid the mess is Wu, sitting in his bunk with his back against the wall. He has a PDA in his hands and is staring down at it, sullen and morose. He doesn't acknowledge your entry. It's pretty much just a few pipes, huh? Well, that's rough. Although they have been moving more towards Necromunda's focus being on, like, mid and upper level of, like, the Hive cities instead of the deep, buried sub-levels that the last edition started with. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's cool, but also that sort of complex terrain requires everybody in the game have a lot of patience, you know, because of having to, like, move stuff out of the way and get into position to see things. There is no perfect solution. Would you like me to come back later, Will? Or Duncan?
Doesn't matter.
He doesn't look up.
Go, stay, whatever. I assume that you're here to talk.
What are you looking at on the PDA?
Video. Edward's song.
Can I see it?
Or why not?
Wu taps a button and turns the PDA around so you can see it. The footage shows a serious Chinese man in an expensive suit sitting behind a large, solid wood desk covered in blueprints. The man is holding a magnifying glass over one of the studying it intently. He folds the blueprint, checks the one beneath it. The nameplate on his desk reads Edward Song, Vice President of Special Projects. YOLO and CLL, your Orlocks shall stand ready, and you've got some recasts of the hanger-ons coming soon. Ooh, fun. The video is rough and contains no sound. It may have been footage for a documentary that was complete. The next shot is from some sort of planning meeting, a glass-enclosed conference room. The serious man is sitting at the conference table, pointing to a large map and looking up at the men standing all around him. He's explaining something. They look at each other and nod, clearly impressed by what he has to say. The whiteboard at the end of the room bears the words "Groundbreaking, 21st of May, 2022," written in bold characters. Raymond's writing. The footage cuts to a scene of two people talking at the end of a long hallway. They don't appear to know that they're being recorded. It's the serious man, listening intently to what an older woman has to say, nodding with his arms crossed and his thumb at his lips. The woman is the same one that was in the tapped video call that Kai Mei Chung showed you. Josephine Song. She's somewhere in her late middle age, beautiful and very clearly in charge. The two look up at the same time, see the camera, and begin waving their hands for it to be turned off. The woman appears angry. The video ends, and Wu puts the piece down on his bunk. He shrugs his shoulders, searches your eyes.
Who is that guy?
No, that's not his voice.
Colonel. Who is that guy?
Well, that guy was Edward Song, Vice President of Special Projects for Tsang Mechanical Services.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I still don't believe it. Maybe when we find the plastic-faced man, we'll get some answers. Until then, he stays Raymond Black to me.
Been thinking about the way you and Raymond used to butt head.
What about it?
that's one of the reasons you were angry with me. I had a better relationship with him.
You didn't have a better relationship with him. Raymond and I were tight. You just knew how to avoid conflict better than I did. It's not the same thing. You had the way of diffusing him, and he started to get with that intenso ray thing he used to do. Remember?
Intenso, Ray. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Coleman says, last campaign I did, I won the highest reputation victory due to a massive reputation gains at the end from the propagandist lol. Got that model coming in now. Nice, 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 nice. Duncan continues.
I think you were the one that came up with that name, weren't you? It was like the summer before we started living with him and Miss Maloney. Ray had found out that we hadn't followed one of his rules. I don't remember which. It's a long list.
I think you were still smoking.
Yeah, I think that was it. I was smoking, and he was pissed and said that fat kids who smoke die faster. So just to be obstinate, I told him I liked to smoke, and we got into it. Who came in and diffused the whole situation.
Who stops talking, and his expression becomes thoughtful.
I think that's why I was so resentful when you took off. Especially after Miss Maloney died. You were the only one who hit through to him. He became intenso red.
I guess I did have a talent for getting Raymond down when you two started going.
Especially that last time. The week you left.
Lou's expression hardens and he picks up the PDA.
I don't want to talk anymore. I've got enough on my mind as it is. Stuff like my father. Make my trust.
Any thoughts about that last run, Isabel?
No, sorry.
Jacked into the octopus is how I relax after a long day of work. Some people go to sports bars or strip clubs. I do this. As a rule, I don't spoil my leisure time with shop talk. Alright, fair enough. I gotta go then, Isabel. Sure, drop by any time. She's gone. Don't know where she ran off to. She looked upset. She just said something about friends in trouble. By the time I could disconnect from the office, she was away out of town. She must have gone back to the sinking ship. Don't like the sound of that. Should tell you what went down there? It was years ago. The mutiny? Yeah. And she's been having bad dreams about the place since. Isabel turns her back and begins grabbing her. Well, we'd better go after her, hadn't we? Alright, let's do it. I'm going to arrange transport in Hong Kong Bay. You come meet me at the docks when you're ready. Alright, that is suddenly our top priority. Do this first, though. For the first time since you got to Hong Kong, you wake up feeling well rested and satisfied. Flexing your limbs feels glorious. It's as though you've spent hours cramped up. You can finally stretch your legs. Oh, dope. As you climb out of your bed, push yourself up and touch your feet to the ground, but something stops you short. Mouth. Something is wrong with your mouth. Investigate with your hand. Reach your hand up and run a finger over your teeth. It doesn't take long to find the source of the problem. A molar in the upper side. Light side pressure to the tooth. It slides out of your gums with no resistance. This is going to be one of those dreams, I guess. It's as if nothing was ever holding it in place to begin with. As the tooth comes free in your hand, an image etches itself into your mind. A great chamber, hazy in form and out. Clouds of red mist that fill the air, fuming it with salt and copper. These great columns stretching up from the ground, pierce the sky. As above it all, enormous, grinding gears of a broken machine. In the distance, you can hear a sound, a desperate, frantic pounding. Something enormous at the door. Many somethings, all desperate to get in. Scrabbling and scratching and scraping, unable to find a purchase. The way in is locked. You feel a tremendous sense of accomplishment. You've done it. The others are trapped outside, blind and starving, unable to pass through the door. The chamber, and what lies beyond it, yours. A shrill giggling noise fills the air, like the laughter of a small child mixed with a shivering screech of countless violins. The sound reverberates down your spine, electric current. The intoxicating aroma of meat fills your nostrils. You've been starving for 1,000 years. Soon it will be time. Just like that, it's over. The images fade, dissipating vapor. The tooth in your hand removes. Oh shit, so that wasn't a... Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all. Alright, so there's that guy. Where, oh where? Do we need to take the MTR? We might need to take...
Be a safe escalator user. Hold the handrail and take care of children and the elderly.
Catch a boat to the sinking ship and find Gobbet. That's the goal, but where is the boat to the sinking ship? Okay, apparently Captain Jomo is also the one that does this mission, so I don't know if he's going to trigger the previous mission we were supposed to go to him for, or if he's going to trigger this one, but we'll save before talking to him, just in case. Captain Jomo is busily playing some kind of gambling game on his computer. Beeps and flashes as he hits away.
Come on, Jomo, win, not lose. Maybe buy yourself that new hat.
He doesn't appear to have noticed you at all. The game makes a sad, defeated noise. Jomo curses under his breath, nose wrinkling in disgust. Finally, he seems to notice you.
Stupid game. Always it cheats me. Never a good hand. Now, can we change since Sheela? You need Captain Jomo to make you play pirate?
We can do that later. Right now, in your favor.
What favor can Jomo do for you? You need a body dumped at sea? And do it fast, no one will see. Maybe you need to hide some cargo on a beach. And make a map with X marks the spot.
Captain Jomo burst into a hearty laughter, slapping his side in mirth. I need you to take me to the sinking ship.
Ah, easy, lah. I know exactly where that heap of junk is.
Lead the way, then. Alright, we only get to bring our Isabel on this one, it seems. Glad I'm equipped for, hell or high water. I have the end of a bottle of orange juice. Delicious and tangy. Hung Hom Bay. Captain Jomo's converted speedboat chops through the water like a cleaver through chicken bone, launching you skyward with every wave that it hit. Destination, the sinking ship, its former home. York pirate laughs and opens the throttle. Wind and rain lash your face as the floating amalgamation shipping as the floating amalgamation of shipping containers grows larger. You can see that it's stacked at least 3 containers deep, an elegant brick of corrugated, weathering steel. An assortment of pontoons, buoys, and other flotation devices have been lashed to the base of the raft to prevent it from tipping. You don't know what's happening here, or why Gobbet felt the need to go face it alone. One way or another. Yeah. The scramble up the side of the sinking ship was treacherous. You hauled yourself up over the edge with your heart hammering in your chest, clawing for perches against the wind and the driving rain. Walking on the surface deck isn't much better. The steel that you're standing on is thick, sheeted with water from the rainstorm that hammers down from above. Every time you shift your weight, you can feel your feet begin to slide. There are no safety rails in sight. Hello?
Hey, Mom! I'm having trouble with that dance move you showed me earlier.
Alright, well, go ahead and show me what you got, sweetie.
Up and down and...
Alright, I see where it's going wrong. Give me a second to finish some narration and I'll be right with you. There are no safety rails in sight. A slip, a rogue wave, it wouldn't take much to send you screaming over the edge of the raft and into the dark water below. This thing is a wreck. Isabel gingerly prods at a rusted section of the container that you're standing on. It depresses easily, with entirely too much give. Can't believe that Gobbet ever chose to live here. From her descriptions of the sinking ship, I didn't expect it to be this bad. Yeah, she always told me that the lady in charge, what was her name, Melinda? Malvina. She'd always told me that Malvina had all free, all obsessed with order and cleanliness, and Cadmus was supposedly the top tier repair guy. She prods the patch of rust again, frowning. Steel flakes under her. This thing looks like it's in good repair, baby. I mean, there's no guarantee that those two are even alive. A sudden gust of wind buffets you, sending you sliding. Isabel drops to a crouch, clinging to the metal with gloved hands to keep herself from slipping. She looks up, locks her dark eyes on you. Don't you get moving? It's dangerous up here. My gear is getting soaked. Agreed. Let's get Fine Gobbet and make sure she's alright. Isabel nods. Make believe. I'll follow. Alright, so I'm gonna go help Lila with this dance move. We'll be back in 5 or so minutes. Everyone stand up, stretch, refresh your refreshments, and I will see you all on the other side, okay? Alright, sweetie. So, start off feet together, hands on your hips, right? You know, so you're gonna first make a jump to the left. Devil rats, don't let them bite you. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get into cover here. Bring up the steel links. Rude. Okay, come on now. There we are. Come join us by the fire and get warm. The woman by the fire looks like she hasn't seen a bar of soap in weeks. Her companion doesn't look much better. Their faces are streaked with soot and grime, but the rain seems impotent to wash away. Glad to see you made it through that one and are in one piece. The woman smiles at you, feeling a set of crooked teeth. Please, come stand by the fire and get warm. Yes, sure. Thank you for your hospitality. Your smile widens. Of course, we don't get strangers here often, and it's far too miserable out to turn away a guest. Seen any other strangers come through here recently? She shakes her head no. Afraid not. We're the first outsiders to visit our raft in months. I hope that doesn't keep you from staying, though. We could really use the help. Well, I've got some questions. If you two are locals, maybe you can answer them. They exchange uneasy glances. Sure. He tries on a smile. Ask away. First off, what are your names? My name is Kara. Kara Young. She jerks her thumb to the rotund man huddled by her side. That's Patrick Lowe. He lifts his doughy face from the fire to squint at you. Hey, welcome aboard. Alright, so are you two the welcoming committee? Yes, Malvina told us. His companion cuts in. We were told to keep positions up here and watch for incoming vessels. Piracy is always a threat in these waters. I can't tell you how happy we were to see a couple of friendly faces on deck. How do you know that we're friendly? Heavily armed strangers, and you only just met us. Kara chuckles. Well, if you'd wanted to kill us, you'd have done it already, right? Besides, we know you aren't pirates. You haven't tried to rob us yet. Alright, where did the devil rats first start appearing? A couple of months ago, I think? The days kind of flow together out here. It's hard to say. They only started getting aggressive a couple of weeks ago, though. About how many people live on the sinking ship? Well, it beats me. The population's been going down recently, though. I'll tell you that much. A lot of the ship is barricaded, off limits. We have no idea how many people are living in those sections now. But when I first arrived on the sinking ship, there were at least a couple hundred souls on board. Attrition being what it is, I guess that there are maybe 70 of us left. Like you said, it's hard to say. You two don't seem very well equipped to fight against those things. No offense. Oh, none taken. We're squatters, not soldiers. We're doing our best, but I'd be lying if I said we weren't glad to have professionals on board. Want to tell us why your raft is crawling with those things? Kara's smile fades. We don't know. At first it was just a nuisance, but lately it's been getting a lot worse. Those little monsters are threatening our nest. We try to kill them, but they just keep coming back. Alright, that answers my questions. Good. So, are you ready to help us? Yes, we'll help you with your rat problem, but you'll also need to help us first. Patrick turns to his companion. Refresh my memory. Didn't we just peel a swarm of devil rats off of him a few seconds ago? Isabel heals the face the man scowling. We didn't ask you to do that. We could have handled the rats on our own. We're looking for a friend. Our size. Alright. Describe this friend of yours to me. She's young, about my age, bookish, with a shaved scalp and dreadlocks. You seen her? Afraid not. I wish that we had, but we don't get to see many strangers here. So how about it? Will you help us with our rat infestation or not? Yeah, we'll help. Fire breathes a sigh of relief. The rats have been a huge problem for us. Between the damage that they inflict and the disease they carry, they've made it impossible for us to keep up with our regular maintenance duties on them. If you'll follow us, we'll lead you down below decks. With your help, we'll get the ship cleaned out again. Alright, lead the way then. I'll follow. The hatch down below is just over this way. I'll show you down. A shallow pool of standing water has gathered on the platform, separating it from the access hatch at the edge of the raft. Electricity arcs over the surface of the angry spiderwebs of blue-white light. Oh, hold up. The damned anti-boarding system's gone haywire again. Patrick says as he points at the crackling pool. Look, it isn't draining the way it's supposed to. Kara slams the heel into the deck, her face flushing red in frustration. Again? I just fixed the pump last week. My boarding system? No, I can do better than that for her. Thank you very much. Hydration probably is a part of it now that I think about it. Anti-boarding system? Okay. This Isabel's voice is somewhat down here. Anti-boarding system. She says, looking up from the crackling, fixing her eyes on the local. What the hell is this? Bad idea, that's what. Them Shadowrunners that lived on this thing before did. It's like an anti-theft system on a car, only a lot meaner. When it gets tripped, the channel floods, and then the ship's power gets shunted into the water. It can deliver a hell of a shock. Kara shakes her head at the crackling, scowling. And now it seems to trigger randomly. And the pump that we installed as a workaround has started breaking down at the drop of the hat. Well, why didn't you just disable the damn thing in the first place? We tried. We lost 3 good engineers trying, in fact. In the end, we decided to just go with the workaround. No pull, no shocks. Well, that's the theory anyway. Well, it isn't that dangerous, all things considered. Patrick says, glancing at you and Isabel, sizes you up. You've got boots on, right? We could probably get across without. Isabel cuts him off, serious look on her face. It's pouring out. We're both drenched, and that thing has to be putting out a lot of voltage for those arcs to be visible like that. Trying to cross up that pool as is would be a bad idea. A really bad idea. There has to be something else we can do to get this. Maybe there are other locals up here we can help. Or who can help. Couldn't have the world. One way or another, gotta find a way across this thing. She turns away from the door, sneering, one that doesn't involve crossing on foot. Heavily rested meal has been mounted to one of the containers here. Portraits here look similar to the ones near all the flooding. Isabel says, examining the grates, frowning. Yeah, I think that all of this might be connected. Hydraulic, maybe. I can see some lines running on the road to this container. This might be the solution to our flooding problems. Assuming that you can get the wheel to budge, that is. Might be a Monday way then. I'm not particularly strong. Oh yeah. Alright, I guess I'll send it to the stash. High explosive phosphorus grenade. Fucking A, that sounds horrible. Yeah, the world of Shadowrun is not exactly a pleasant one. Although, bit of a funny story, only semi-related. I have been watching a shitload of Mythbusters lately, and they remind me of the difference between high X and low X. And, yeah, high X, phosphorus, yikes. Before you sits a very worn and very non-functional water pump. An ancient hose snakes down from the pump into a drainage channel along the deck. It's pretty busted. Maybe we could fix it with some of the junk we've just littering the deck. Right, let's take a look. Upon closer inspection, you can see that this pump suffers from clear signs of neglect. Years of near constant use and deferred maintenance have taken their toll on the machine. It's recently broken down. Heavy scoring and burn patterns also indicate the reason why the pump isn't working. Blown fuse. Alright, we'll go ahead and jury-rig it. You pop the rusted metal hatch on the pump's casing and examine the machinery's internal workings. If you wanted to, you could bypass the burnt-out fuse and draw from the system's reserve power directly. Doing so would give you 1 or 2 more charges, but also could also damage the machine beyond repair. Don't know if I want to do that. No, we'll walk away. Ah, yes, something changed. One of the locals looks up at the sound of your approach. The others remain huddled around the low fire, backs hunched while against the pelting wind. You need something, girl? If not, shove off. This fire's taken. The water pump on the other side of the deck blew a fuse. No, I could find a new one? Maybe. Could be a new fuse anywhere up here. We tend not to throw things like that away, he says, shrugging. Pick the piles. That's where bits and bobs usually wind up. I watch my hands if I were you, though. Rats have been known to hide in those piles. The old man chuckles and then nods. He's right. You might get chewed on if you're not careful. Can you tell me what's been happening here? The old man grunts. It's raining. That wasn't what she meant. Tell us about the devil rats. The younger local cuts in. Strange things have been happening here ever since the beginning. But yeah, things have been odder than usual lately. Those damned rats are a part of that. With all the people who've been getting sick, I've considered packing up and moving away. He chuckles to himself. But I've got no place else to go. Been here for about 5 years now, and everyone I care about lives on this raft, so here I stay. We're looking for a friend of ours. Maybe you've actually seen her. I doubt it. We mostly keep to ourselves up here. She'd be a new arrival. An orc, about my age, calls herself Gobbit. Seen her around. Never heard of her. I think you have. You said you've lived here about 5 years now, right? He shifts uncomfortably. Yeah, about that long. And you were here during the Swedes mutiny, Isabel says, cocking her head. You know? The one that Gobbit put down. He looks helplessly at his older companion. I don't know. You're lying. Want to tell us why? His jaw drops open. He begins stammering. Look, I just can't. Talking about it is against the rules. We don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to keep my... you don't have to. There's nothing to talk about anyway. The kid doesn't know anything. Your friend hasn't been here. Go then. Shove off. The old man makes a brushing motion with the back of his hand. If you're smart, you won't stop till you hit dry land. Alright. Nothing here except a devil rat. Nope, nothing here either. Replacement fuse, there we go. Right, we'll replace the broken fuse. You eject the pump's blown fuse, it clatters to the deck below. With a deft motion, you click the intact fuse that you discovered in place. Lights on the pump control panel go from red to green, and the little machine rattles back to life. Oh! More devil rats. Ain't that for us. Goodness gracious. Holy moly, that's a lot of devil rats. Actually, hang on, let me get out of there real quick. And then we're going to switch over to Isabel, who is going to equip her grenade launcher. There we go. Grenade launcher doing some fucking work there. Upon descending the ladder, you find yourself in the cramped confines of a shipping container. Interior walls have been erected to corrugated aluminum. Doors have been cut to allow passage from compartment to compartment. The air down here is ripe with the odor of rotting garbage. Sorry about the state of this place, Farah says. The rats have kept our work crews too busy to worry about hauling the garbage. Now that you're here, we'll be able to set things right. Kill off those little bastards once and for all. Before we go after the rats, I want you to take me to someone in position of authority in this wreck. Malvina, or Cadmus, say. Bit. We don't know anyone named Gobbet.
Cadmus is sick. He's in the quarantine wing. Probably doesn't have long. Malvina's below us on the lower deck. She's a busy woman, though. She's the only one who's keeping this place afloat.
Alright, let's just focus on killing the devil rats then. You know where they're nesting? Yeah, down below, it says. They're breeding on the level beneath our feet. There's a way down to the other side, on the other side of the deck. I don't like this, madam. I don't know enough about what's going on here on down there.
What else would be going on? We're trying to hold out against the devil rats that are trying to eat us. And the raft's going to hell while we're doing it. Please just let us take you to the other side of the raft. You have to help, you promised.
Alright, show us where you need to go. Follow us. We'll take you right there. Alright, Isabel. Are you ready? A middle-aged woman with a slouching posture stands at their back against a reinforced door. With a languid motion, she turns her head to stare at you. You folks, I'll be damned. She shifts positions with a grunt. What are you doing in here anyway? We're looking for a friend of ours. Maybe you've seen her? She shakes her head. Nope, ain't seen your friend, sorry. We don't even know what our friend looks like yet. How can you say for sure that you haven't seen her? No one's come down here today but you. Not a soul. Didn't see anyone yesterday either. Can't remember much past then. She smiles, revealing a crumbling set of nicotine-stained teeth. Bad memory. Can't do a thing about it. Wait, what's behind that door there? She runs her tongue over her teeth. Storage closet. Nothing worthwhile in there. Don't even know why they have me standing watch over the thing. But those are the rules, right? Can't question the rules. I mean, I'm questioning right now. What do the rules ever do for you? Well, they kept me alive, for one. He licks her lips, nodding. That means I'm doing better than some. Has following the rules ever gotten anyone hurt or killed? She pauses, considering. Sure, I guess so. But maintaining a raft like this is dangerous work. Sometimes accidents can happen. Doesn't mean that you have to do the job. We all have to earn our keep. Sounds like disobeying the rules can get you killed. Obeying them can get you killed too. So what's the difference between the two? I don't know. Maybe there isn't one. The guard blinks, a lot of confusion blanketing her. Not if there's no difference between following the rules and breaking them. Could you open the door for us? She reaches back and pulls a lever. You hear a metallic scrape. The door unlatching itself. There you go. Knock yourselves out. The woman standing guard duty nods in acknowledgement. Strangers, you picked a bad time to come visit. We aren't visiting. We're looking for a friend. Then you're out of luck. I haven't seen anyone from outside of quarantine in weeks. You want to talk to someone? Talk to the dwarf. I'm busy. I need to keep my eyes open for more of those pesky little bastards. Can't let any more of them sneak in here, not after what happened to Simon. Best of luck. A stocky dwarf leans up against the wall of the container room. His skin is sallow, hangs off his bulky frame like a half-deflated balloon. You saw plenty of sick people back in the barracks. Addicts, BTL heads, people whose immune systems have been ravaged by disease. This guy looks worse.
Hello, stranger. See many faces in the new faces on the raft these days.
He sighs.
But you're here, so you want something. Now, what would that be?
Isabel pushes forward.
We're friends of Gobbit's. You seen her around?
He chuckles.
Friend, if you're here looking for Galvin, you're about 3 years too late. Your friend ain't here. And you've stumbled into the worst kind of place to be lost.
What's your name, friend?
Me? I'm nobody important.
He coughs into his sleeve. It sounds alarmingly wet.
Just a man waiting to die.
You haven't seen Gobbit lately then, have you?
No, haven't seen the girl in years. I'd love to, mind you. Good friend way back when.
What's wrong with this place?
Aside from you uninvited guests, you mean?
He struggles to stifle another cough.
We've got a rat problem. We've noticed. Don't let what's happened to me happen to you, too. You want my advice, you get out of here. And you do it before you get bit.
He gestures at the sweat-damp heaps of cloth that line the walls around him.
If you don't, I just wind up on your deathbed here, by my side.
Alright, we'll leave you in peace then.
Yeah, you do that. Should happen to find Gobbet, bring it by. Seen her in a long time. It'd be good to talk to her again before I die of this damn disease.
It's just this way, Clara says from ahead, beckoning you. Through this door here. As you approach, something catches your eye. A vent in the wall behind the locals. Movement. Something living must be hidden inside. Behind you, more devil rats. Panic-stricken, they begin to turn, their weapons raised. There's a flurry of motion and something large explodes out of the vent. Gobbet lands on a couch, her weapon raised. Don't go in there. It's a trap. Oh, I see. Okay, then. The bloodied local tosses her gun aside and raises a pair of trembling hands. Her eyes have gone wide with terror. I'm sorry. We didn't want to do it. We didn't have a choice. The words come spilling out in a frantic babble. It ordered us to. What it? What are you talking about? Explain yourself. I don't know what it is. It talks with Malvina's voice, but it isn't her. Helpless tears stream down her cheeks, clinging to her skin like beads of dew on a leaf. If you want to live, you have to do what it says. I'm going to let you live. Don't make me regret that. The squatter collapses against the wall, sobbing uncontrollably. Gobbet dusts herself off and paces towards you. He is. Hey, Seattle. I don't remember inviting you on this run, but I guess that I'm glad you could make it. She jerks her head towards the squatter's ruined body. You're welcome, by the way. Want to tell me what the hell is going on here, Gobbet? We just shot some locals, but don't worry, they were bad people. I'll take your word for it. What were you saying about a trap? Yeah, that's where they were leading you. I didn't want to see what happened. Well, I didn't want to see that happen, so I came riding to your rescue. She puts her hands on her hips and widens her stance. A picture-perfect example of the classic superhero pose. You are here. You are, again, welcome. Muttering under her breath, Isabel steps forward. A bit. Tell us what kind of trap you're talking about. The kind where you end up dead. Look, I don't know exactly what they were planning to do, but I've seen them lead people through these doors before. She gestures towards the heavy double doors at the end of the hall. The people who I watched go in there never came back out again. Not a one. They just scream and scream, and when the doors opened up again, they'd be gone. Well, thanks for the warning, then. Gobbet shrugs. Don't mention it. There's a long, awkward pause. Finally, Isabel steps forward.
So now that we're all back together, want to tell us why you came back here all by yourself? We'd have gone with you, Gobbet. All that you had to do was tell us.
Gobbet raises her hands. Yeah, I know, but I figured that this one was on me, and I didn't want to wait another minute. Besides, I had a plan. You're on a boat full of hostiles, by yourself, in the dead of night, being hunted by devil rats. That doesn't sound like a great plan to me. I didn't come back here to fight, Seattle. This is a recon mission. I wanted to scope the place out, and it's easier to do that solo than it would have been dragging you two along. No offense.
So, you scoped the place out. Fine, mission accomplished. You know what you're doing now?
Yeah, this place is fucked. I'm gonna sink it. Wait a second, what? The sinking ship is doomed, Seattle. I could feel that the second I set a foot on board. She checks herself. Earlier than that, even. On some level, I think that I could feel it back home, so I couldn't stop thinking about the place. Whatever is happening here, it's wrong. This whole place feels off to me, somehow. and even toxic. I came back here to find my friends Cadmus and Malvina, to check on them. Instead, I found a swarm of man-eating rats, a death trap, and a bunch of squatters who seem intent on killing me. Her tone becomes brisk. So, I'm going to kill him right back, and I'm going to use the scuttling charges that are still embedded in the hull to do that. Already handled the ones on this level, but I haven't gone down below yet. We need to activate the charges below the waterline if we're going to bring the sucker down. So that's where you're heading next? Downward? Not quite, on account of the trap. I don't know how to get past it yet. Gobbet frowns. Minor setback, right? So my next step was to figure that out. But we haven't found Cadmus or Malvina yet. They could still be alive somewhere, maybe even on this level. Yeah, maybe. I hope so, because of all the people on this raft, Cad is the one I most trust to get us past whatever's in that room. It's always more of a mechanic than he was a shaman. We have to figure out how to get past that trap. I get that. Let's keep our eyes open while we're doing that. There could be more going on here than you realize. I seriously doubt it. Remember what I told you about second-guessing? She isn't second-guessing anything. We haven't been seen enough to make a decision yet. You may have, but we haven't. Gobbet lets out an exacerbated sigh. Alright, Iz. You want to look around? We'll do that. But afterwards, we're arming the rest of those charges. Alright, let's move. First things first, there is someone in here that you need to go see. The dwarf's milky eyes track you as you approach. A wave of recognition washes over his face, but his movements remain lethargic. Eventually, he manages to slur out a few words.
Gobbet. Back after all this time.
Yeah, I'm sorry it's taken so long. Gobbet stares at the dwarf, wide-eyed. It's good to see you again, Cad. Gobbet's told me about you. How are you feeling?
Perfect. Thanks for asking.
He struggles to contain a burst of coughing.
I mean, I'm dying. And my home has gone to shit. And we're probably going to sink into the bay. But otherwise, I'm great.
With visible effort, he shifts his focus to Gobbet.
Welcome. Oh. Been a long time.
Gobbet swallows. Cadmus,
Save it. I'm not mad.
He squeezes his eyes shut.
I'm mostly just happy to hear your voice again. It's good to have a friend.
Are you sick, Cadmus? He grins. Between his sunken eyes and hollow cheeks, the end result is ghastly.
Ill? I would say so. Deathly ill. Vitus is a real bitch. Even a not neutered strain like this one can really knock you on your ass.
You'll be okay, Cad. You're a dwarf and a shaman. That's 2 big points in your favor. You're gonna walk this off. You'll see.
Spare me the pep talk. I'm too tired to walk.
He coughs into his sleeve. Cad.
Save it. I know what my chances look like. They ain't good. Seen a lot of our friends loaded into those cots, Gobbet. All went out in garbage bags. Anyway.
He wrestles his mouth into a smile.
Let's talk about something else, huh? All this doom and gloom is getting to...
Tell us what's happened here.
bad. It's a lot of good people. Something's gone rotten in this raft, Gobbet. You know what I mean? Toxic.
Yeah, I can feel it too. I can feel it all the way back home. Her throat moves, but it takes her a moment for her voice to catch up. Cadmus, where are our friends? What happened to Yasmin and Anson and Malvina?
Ensign's dead. Never made it into the sick room. Just disappeared. But I know where he went.
He stabs a finger downward.
Why? Yasmin's still with us. Small favors. Fight has gone out of her. She's content to do what she's told and tremble. Malvina ain't Malvina anymore.
What is she?
I don't know what it is. It's definitely toxic. As for what it is,
Its voice trails off. Edna stares up at Gobbet helplessly. Malvina went off the rails because of that damned bauble I gave her. That's what happened, isn't it?
Hobbit, something else.
He struggles to contain another cough. Eventually it passes.
But that shiny red egg that you and Sui lifted is the cause of it. The ugliness was already inside her. Thing brought it out.
Gobbet squeezes her eyes shut, balls her hands into fists. Shit. You had to go to the kitchen for a bit, but I see you found Gobbet. Yep. And things are not going well for her old home. It isn't your fault, Gobbet. You had to give her that thing to stop the mutiny. I know, Seattle. I did what I had to do. No regrets. I'm fucking angry about what happened afterwards.
You and me both, kid. I'm as angry as I've ever been. Twice as frightened.
His chest heaves as a deep, bronchial cough racks his body. With a grimace of distaste, he spits out a wad of bloody phlegm.
You haven't seen what she's become.
You need rest. We should put this on hold and... Titus raises a hand, cutting her short.
Got no time to rest. And you need to hear this. What we're up against. Ever heard of a rat king? It's an old folklore. A bunch of rats all fused together. Tails all wrapped and twisted into a great big knot. That's what Malvina has become. I don't know how many different spirits she's tied her essence to, but last time I opened my third eye to her, see where they ended, where she began.
What does that even mean? I've never heard of...
It means she ain't human anymore, girl. Her aura is bound to other things. Alien things, all tangled and twisted and grown together. We're all one being now. Rat King. Talks like Malvina. It ain't her anymore.
So, this human is still... or this Rat King is still human, physically speaking.
Oh no. Heard rumors that Malvina's meat body is changing too. Haven't seen it myself. Don't know if I want to.
Another long, wet cough interrupts his speech.
Mom, can you help me get a snack off the high shelf?
I mean, sure thing, sweetie, but aren't you taller than me at this point?
Yeah, but you have that grabby spell that I don't.
Alright, good point. We'll return to this conversation in 5 or so minutes, okay, folks? So, everyone stand up, stretch, refresh your refreshments. Osiris, I know you just got back from doing that, so I hope you enjoy yours. And I will see you all on the other side of the 5. Alright, sweetie, I think we've got like one more string cheese left. Maybe some graham crackers, but I guess you've got your eye on something specific. I should decide. talisman that the Rat King is holding. A shiny object. You know how it works?
I tried sensing it once. The only thing I took away from that experience was a migraine. Felt like there were railroad spikes buried deep in my eyes for days. All I can tell you for certain is that it still works. As long as the Rat King's connected to that thing, you can't hurt it. The holes you put in its body will close up on their own.
So what are we expected to do against that?
Well, if the bauble makes the thing unkillable, then you'll need to find a way to get that bauble away from it. Hobbit managed to do that during Tsui's rebellion. She could do it again.
Did you try to fight this Rat King?
Yeah, had enough. A lot of us had, so we took a page from Tsui's book.
He offers you a sickly grin.
It will need.
He gestures at the writhing bodies on the sick room.
This is what's left inside. Been locked in here for 5 days now. Fight us to finish the job. The rest of us got fed to the rats.
Doesn't seem to have gone very well. The half smile on Cadmus's face evaporates.
No. It didn't. Truth is, we weren't prepared for how many of those bastard rats Malvina had bred. And we weren't expecting our shipmates to fight on her behalf.
Why would the others stop you from taking the ship back? That doesn't even make sense.
What do you think, girl? Fear. Fear of death. Being gnawed apart by 100 vermin. That thing.
You're saying that the people here aren't brainwashed? That they're just afraid?
Scared shitless is a better word. And I can't blame them. If anything, we're the crazy ones for trying to fight that thing.
If the Rat King's soldiers only serve it because they're afraid, maybe we can turn them away from it.
Could do. They might rally around someone they know. Maybe someone who lived who had bottom for them years ago.
Yeah, I scob it.
Subtle hint, girl.
I've got a better idea. We're gonna get you and your people onto lifeboats, and then we're sending this raft to the bottom of the bay. And the Rat King is going with it.
You can't mean that. This is our home. We've got nowhere else to go. Hobbit. Not gonna let that thing force us to put this raft to the torch.
You've already tried it your way. Look what happened. Isabel steps in. Maybe it's good you leave this place. I've lived in a place like this before, but I've seen what it can do to people. She grew up in the wild city, Cad.
And she knows we've got to look forward. Sink. Because we sure as hell can't afford routes.
He cranes his neck to look up at Gobbet, pleading. Desperation burns in his eyes.
Gobbet, listen. It isn't too late for the sinking ship. We can still turn this thing around. My mutiny failed because the Rat King knew things that we didn't. We can succeed. Try.
Gobbet shakes her head obstinately. My gut says we should sink the raft. It said that the moment I arrived here. That's what Rat wants me to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. So, Gobbet, Cadmus might be right. Drum up enough support, I think we could retake the sinking ship. Gobbet's eyes narrow. Have you forgotten the first lesson I taught you, Seattle? Always go with your gut, and my gut says, spare us the lecture, Gobbet. Cadmus is right. Going off half-cocked. Again. Truth is, we can save this raft if you want to. If you don't, tell us and we'll sink it. Look, Gobbet. Things have changed since you decided to sink this raft. You can see that, right? Gobbet sets her jaw, draws a deep breath, and slowly releases it. Alright, Cad. If you are sure you can keep up your end, I'd be willing to help you with your mutiny. If your people fuck it up, I'm sinking this thing. Got it?
Yeah. Thanks. Your help. I think we can actually do this.
That remains to be seen.
He waves her off. Go on, get moving, and convince as many people as you can to help us when the time comes. Whoever you don't bring around to our side is going to fight against us, so be thorough about it. Ready for us to make our move? Read the shipboard alarm system. Do blasts. Start killing doors.
2 blasts starts the mutiny. But if we sound the alarm once and leave it, get your people the hell off this raft. Got it?
One blast means you're sinking the raft. You do that, and I'm kicking your bony ass from here to Macau. But, yeah, I hear you.
Another long, wet cough racks his body.
Got all of that, stranger? Know what you're supposed to do?
We convince the people to join you, then trigger the alarm. 1 blast means we're sinking the raft. 2 means that the mutiny is on. Got it.
Thanks. And Gobbet? Thank you. It's been good to know that you're up on this.
Glad to have you on our side, stranger. When the time for the mutiny comes, you can count me in. Right, let's retrace our steps, go around, you know. You're back. Why? The Rat King has ruled here for long enough. We're taking it down, and we could use your help. Her eyes go wide. You'll get yourselves killed even talking like that. You'll get me killed with you. Get the hell out of here right now. I won't take a part in another damn mutiny. Think, how does it help you for the Rat King to stay in control? She screeches and bull rushes you. I've warned you not to talk! Alright, well. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Well, down she goes. Well, I guess you gave him a chance to not die. Yep. That is unfortunately the truth of the world of Shadowrun. A slender human woman in shabby overalls looks up from her work with it. Can't help but notice the scars on her neck. Her eyes flit from you to Isabel. When they land on Gobbet, her face lights up. I'll be damned, Gobbet. Hello, Yasmin. It's good to see you again. No, I need to hone in a voice for her. Yeah, you do. Where the hell have you been all these years? Yeah, that feels good. On a different boat, funny enough. Yes, I'm a little out of the loop on what's happening here. Give me a solid and fill us in. Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about it, but I'll tell you what I know. Alright, tell us what's been happening here. She looks uneasy. Well, we're all struggling not to deal with the devil rat infestation. You probably know about them. With all the rats around, there aren't many volunteers in the maintenance crews anymore. It's lonely out here. She abruptly stops talking. Her cheeks flush red. That's it. That's all I have to say. Yes, you're talking to me here. Or no, it's Gobbet. Yes, you're talking to me here. So tell me what's going on. I can't help you if I don't know what's happening. Yasmin's eyes dart up and down the hallway, scanning for anyone who might be coming. Her hands begin to shake. After a moment, she leans toward Gobbet and lowers her voice to a whisper. Yeah, all right. She swallows. This raft is cursed. By the Rat King, you mean? Your brother told us all about it. Her voice comes out of the terrified whisper. Yes, it has spies everywhere. Rats, those little monsters, and the kind with 2 legs. Don't do what it says, things happen to you. And it talks over the intercom using Malvina's voice, but it isn't her. You know, Yaz, one way or another, I'm going to kill it. The whisper changes, becomes fierce. Her eyes burn with intensity. Good. She claps a hand over her mouth, her eyes wide. Her entire body is shaking. Thanks, Yaz. That helps. Believe it or not, it does help. She nods mutely, still struggling to calm herself. Have you had any close encounters with the devil rats?
Yeah. Don't go downstairs unless you absolutely have to. Lower decks are absolutely crawling with the things.
We're taking back the ship, Yasmin. We need your help. Her eyes go wide.
Another mutiny? No, not me. Go to someone else. I saw what happened last time.
Last time you didn't have me here. I'm gonna kill the monster that stole Malvina's voice, Yaz. You've got my word on that. She stares at Gobbet, long and hard. Finally, she acquiesces with a nod.
Alright, Gobbet. I'm in. I'm terrified, but I'm in.
Her voice breaks, but she continues on.
I'm no fighter, you know that. I keep the ship afloat. That's about it. But I'll do what I can to help.
You'll be okay, Yasmin. I promise. Circle up with your brother. I'm sending everyone we can convince to help and you come up with him in the sick room. He'll tell you what to do from there. Water drips down from a leak in the ceiling to spatter across the face of this ancient terminal. It's a miracle that this thing is still functional. A blinking green cursor awaits your input. Our mail client, new regs. We need to talk about these new regulations that you keep handing down. Look, I know I used to be a merchant marine. I get it. I know how important procedure is on a boat. And I know the mindset that you're... But some of these new regs are bordering on draconian, and they're getting in the way of our maintenance crews downstairs. Order is a good thing. Micromanaging isn't. So let's talk about it, okay? ACS. We've got a hell of an infestation going on in the lower levels. We need to start doing something about it. Can I count on you and your boys to help me with this? I know that Em would frown on what I'm proposing, but she isn't doing anything to help. We have to take matters into our own hands before things get ugly. This was exactly what I was afraid of, see? Those bloody rats have eaten us out of house and home. And now that their food supply is gone, they've decided to turn on us. It's pretty clear that Em can't or won't use her magic to fix this, so it's on us to deal with the fallout. I've had the upstairs maintenance crews set aside a couple of containers as a quarantine area sick room. It's inevitable that they're going to start seeing people getting sick. Is to shelve them. If we don't do this, we're going to have a panic on our hands. Latest deaths aren't pretty. Yaz? Tell your brother that I've got his note. And that I'll be there. Don't know what all of this is about, but I have a guess. If I'm right, well, I'm in. Things have to change around here for all of our sakes. These scratches look like they were made by claws, but they're much bigger than anything a devil rat could make. Another squatter, this one more beaten up than most. Bloody bandages wrap his knuckles, and one of his orbital sockets has been crushed, deforming the silhouette of his face. He stares at you with a mixture of suspicion and hostility. Don't recognize you. That means that you're new here. His voice comes out in a hard scrub. You picked a bad place to go sightseeing, outsider. You okay, man? You don't look so good. No, I'm not okay. I'm all beaten up and going blind in one eye. Now tell me what you want so I can be on my way. Spits the words out like venom. What's your name? My name? Ivan. Ivan Fu. That all? Can I go? Do the Rat King's people do that to you? No, I got caught in the crossfire. The mutineers did this to me. Thought I was with the Rat King. All that I wanted to do was get home. Instead, my right eye only sees double now. I can hardly use my hands. The calmness in his voice belies the naked spite on his face. Thanks for asking. I know you're hurting. There are other ways to help in fighting. Oh, I can fight. Don't you worry about that. He glances down at his bandaged hands. Best if I waited a week or two, but even in the state I'm in, I can hold my own. Used to be a damn good with a blade. Paid a pretty penny to have one custom forged for me, even. That blade was a lovely thing. Useful in and out of a... I liked it. I always liked that. It wasn't just a weapon. It was a tool as well. What happened to this blade of yours? Taken. Lost? I don't know. He pulls a balisong knife from his back pocket, extends his arm, offering it to you. How about you, stranger? You handy with a blade? No. Any idea where your old blade went? No, not even if I did. You'd think I'd tell a stranger where to find it? That blade was my most prized possession. If anyone's gonna find it, it's gonna be me. We're taking this back, Rat. Actually, tell me about the sinking ship. I want to hear your take about what's happening here. It's going to shit. Rats everywhere, people dying. It smells like a garbage scow. He grunts. That satisfy your curiosity, outsider? Can you tell me any more? It's important. Look, I ain't the damned welcoming committee. Just a bloody old man who wants to get back to his squat. If you want to know more about the boat, ask someone else. We're taking the raft back from the Rat King. All the help we can get. We count on you? He chuckles. You're all fools. The last 2 mutinies failed, and yours will too. Even if you did have a chance, it's Cadmus and his boys that did this to me. You think I'm gonna cozy up with them? I'm sorry that they hurt you, but like you said, you got caught in the crossfire. People get hurt in those situations. It happens. Cadmus would never intentionally harm you. Rat King, on the other hand. I said no. I'm not putting my neck out for anybody. I'm gonna ride this thing out. That's all there is to it. If you help us, I can make it worth your while. I have connections back in Kowloon. You're hard of hearing? I said no. And that's final. Not making my life on the line for you. Or for Cadmus. Or for anyone else. Isn't there anything I can say that'd change your mind? No. Now leave me alone. Alright. Maybe. I have 0 karma to spend right now. It's kind of wild that I don't have Shadowrunner as an etiquette, though. I was wondering about that. Like it happens. I just don't have very much charisma in this game, you know? The squatter is in need of immediate medical attention. Her torso is a gory mess, and an ever-expanding pool at her feet tells you that she's well on her way. She peers at you through sunken eyes set into an alarmingly gray face. Please, help me. Gobbet, can you take care of this? She looks at her hands, or hooks her hands into claws and raises them. Strange energy radiates off of her. Already on it. The power of Gobbet's magic washes over her, erasing the hole in her abdomen. Gradually, her eyes focus and her color returns to her face. Shakily, she extends a hand in greeting. I don't know who you are, strangers. You just saved my life. If I can ever return the favor, let me know. What's your name, friend? Maria Lamb. My friends call me Sparrow. It's good to meet you, Sparrow. She chuckles. Better luck for me that I met you. If I hadn't, I think I'd have bled out by now. How'd you get shot? I was part of the last mutiny attempt. Made it through that all right. Guess I also made some enemies. I don't know who shot me. Fair bet that someone on this boat is holding a grudge. We're taking another run at the Rat King, and we're gonna kill it this time. I could use your help. I want to help, I do. But I can't do much without supplies. As her lips consider. I'll make you a deal. If you hook me up with some medical supplies, I'll join your mutiny. Here you go. She gratefully accepts the supplies that you offer her. A deal's a deal, and I have a debt to repay. When you make your move on the Rat King, I'll be there to help. Good. Head to the quarantine area and meet up with Cadmus. He'll let you know what to do. I have a few things to take care of here first. But I will. You've got my word on that. Alright, well that's, what, 3? You think we've succeeded with? Oh, the advanced announcer's test, huh? Okay. Just a moment. Alrighty, so, for anybody who's not aware of this, this comes from the 1950s, written by Mike Nichols as an announcer test for the radio station WFMT in Chicago. So hang on, I'm gonna hydrate before I start this. The WFMT announcer's lot is not a happy one. In addition to uttering the sibilant, mellifluous cadences of such cacophonous sounds as Hans Schmidt Isserstadt, Karl Schuricht, Nicanor Zabaleta, Hans Nappertsbusch, and the Hammerklavier Sonata, he must thread his vocal way through the complications of the Orchestre de la Suisse Romande, the Concertgebouw Orchestra of Amsterdam, the Leipzig Gewandhaus Orchestra, and other complicated nomenclature. However, it must by no means be assumed that the ability to pronounce l'Orchestre de la Société des Concerts du Conservatoire de Paris, fluidity and verve outweighs in ease, naturalness, and friendliness of delivery and at the omnipresent mic. For example, when delivering a diatribe concerning Claudio Muzio, Emino Gigli, Hetty Plumacher, Giacinto Prandelli, Villoroso Majdan, Lina Pagliucci, 5 out of 6 is good enough if the 6th one is mispronounced plausibly. Jessica Dragonet and Margaret Truman are taken for granted. Poets, although not such a constant annoyance as polysyllabically named singers, creep in now and then. Of course, Dylan Thomas and W.B. Yeats. Pausers occur almost incessantly, and they range all the way from Albinet, Alfred, and Oik, both Ferrari, and Zeisel. Let us reiterate that a warm, simple tone of voice is desired, even when introducing the Bach cantata Echada vir Bucumernus, or Monteverdi's opera La Incoronazione di Poppia. Such then is the warp and woof of the announcer's existence in diesen heiligen Hallen. So that went much better than the last few times I've done it. Thank you very much for the advanced announcer's test, Cyrus. Okay, so we can't go upstairs. Thank you very much for the hydration. Give me just a moment. Good water, good water. Some tags there, they seem relatively fresh. They haven't been here that long. Oh, yes. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, what? All lower decks are off limits until further notice. I feel like there's at least one other person that I haven't spoken with. Oh. There's a whole ass door I haven't opened, that's fine. The man standing before you looks cleaner than most of the squatters on the sinking ship. He leers at you as you approach. Well, what have we here? Strangers in our humble raft exploring her leaking bowels. The man grins, revealing the cavernous gap in his teeth. He has a snifter of brimming with cognac in salute. Welcome to the sinking ship, strangers. Now tell me what you want. Who are you? You may address me as Mercurio. He bows slightly, the cognac sloshing in his mouth. At your service. We're taking the sinking ship back from the Rat Queen. Will you help us? He shakes his head sadly. No, I'm afraid not. I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know, 500 union could buy you a lot of candy. Yes, yes, it could. He snatches the cred stick out of your hand. Very well. When the fighting starts, I will do what I can. What do you do on the raft exactly? Oh, a bit of this, a bit of that. I'm an artist, or rather, I used to be. An artist and a socialite, and a man about town. By town, I mean raft, of course. He spreads his hands. Now I mostly find myself shut away here, on the sinking ship's upper deck, festering away for months, desperately clinging to the finer things. Quite the tale of woe, really. And that's it? You just loiter around and socialite? A fine and noble profession. He takes another sip, swilling the brandy in his mouth. But you're a street-level operative now, blue-collar work. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Now, if that will be quite all, he glances at the door. All right, I'll leave you to your business. Okay. You're back. Need something? When did all of this start? Must have been some time after Goblet left. Nah. Oh, right, I did give this guy a voice.
Not that long. Maybe a week or so.
That was the door getting closed. They must need to do some heavier work in the cave.
We couldn't see it at the time, but it was happening. I staked my life on it.
I don't get this. Everything was fine when I left the raft. I mean, the vibe here had changed, but Malvina was still Malvina. If anything, she was even stronger than the woman I'd known.
Yeah, she got strong, all right. Strong and mean. It started small. A couple of months after Sui's mutiny, Malvina started proposing new rules. She said that she was cracking down on infractions, keeping order to be safe. But over time, those rules started piling up. Gradually, the punishments started getting worse.
Do you think that the shiny object corrupted her somehow?
I think that it gave her power, and she corrupted herself. No judgment, though. I think that in her place, a lot of us would do the same.
You need your own ice and mint nanocores in your office. I really and truly do. I have a fan that's powered by an ice nanocore, or well, not an ice one, but a wind nanocore. Actually, let me turn it towards. I had it kind of blowing air out of the room. But, so yeah, the problem is that if I turn it up too much, the microphone picks up on it. And so, you know, in terms of like creating a good audio experience for y'all, I do have it turned down. I've played around with the idea of putting ice manacores in here. I don't know, I may grab one on my next break or something. See what I can do. But yeah, we'll see.
That's what I mean when I say had it in her all along. I think that she'd always had been afraid. Had always used rules to protect herself. The trinket took that fear and focused it like a lens, and that opened the door to what she'd become.
He pauses, checks himself.
I don't think that Malvina can even be described as a she. They. Our friend is dead, or it changed so much that she might as well be. Instead of her skin, do not this world.
There's a trapped room at the end of the hall. Know anything about it?
Yeah, me and my crew built the thing.
Let me guess. Malvina's orders. He nods.
First thing she asked us to do after Sui's little rebellion. Started work on the thing the week after he left. Miss Me was in charge of it.
Can you tell us how you get past it?
No.
He coughs wetly into his sleeve.
No, but Yaz can. It should be somewhere on this level. Find her or I sent you.
We will. Thanks, Cad. He dabs a speck of blood from his nose. You should go. Hang in there, man. He grunts.
I ain't going anywhere. Be safe. Gobbit, you're back.
Katniss said that you were in charge of building the trap at the end of the hall.
Yeah, that was me. I didn't want to build the thing, but I did it to help Malvina. Keep us safe. Dreaded it ever since.
You could really help us, Yaz. We need to get below decks, and we need to do it in one piece. Can you help us get past the trap you built?
I think so. It's been a long time, but I think I remember what the wire is you need to snip to disarm the thing.
She fumbles at a nearby table, grabs a napkin, and produces a grease pencil from her breast pocket and begins to draw.
There's a hidden access panel on the floor. Never find it if you don't know where to look. Okay, you snip these wires here. This one here. Bypass this circuit.
She scribbles on the napkin with a steady hand.
And then flip this lever. And you're done. That door won't trigger. You won't get dumped into the killing pit.
Killing pit? Yasmin passes the napkin to you.
It's pretty much what you'd expect.
Gobbet snatches the napkin from Yasmin's hand. Thanks, Yaz. You don't know how badly we needed this.
You can guess. Katniss sent you to me after.
He smiles weakly.
Best of luck.
Alright, I'll leave you to your work.
And thanks. Be careful out there.
Alright, this seems like a break point, so let's get to the door. And we're gonna save. The air is thicker in here. Acrid. The stench clings to your tongue. Sticks in the back of your throat. Smells like a damp cardboard and stale urine. Gobbet surveys the room warily, her nose crinkling in disgust. He produces the napkin with Cadmus instructions from her breast pocket and hands them to you. There you go, Seattle. You know what to do. Let's hope that Yaz knows her stuff. She mutters under her breath. Following the grease pencil diagram, you locate a hunk of metal flooring, slightly raised edge. Hooking your fingers under it, you lift to reveal a hidden access panel. It's a good sign. Following Yasmin's instructions, you disarm the trap. You're surprisingly easy to follow. 3 snips with your pocket knife. Wired connection later. The floor-spanning trap door has been disarmed. Well, that was easy, Gobbet says, beaming edge. Go on, Seattle. You take the lead. You've earned it. Gee, thanks. Stepping into this room is like wading into the killing floor of a slaughterhouse. There isn't an inch of ground that isn't caked in spilled blood. The stench that floods into your nostrils is as overpowering as it is vile. It's the stench of rotten beef and stale vomit, warm blood poured into a chemical toilet, out in the sun to cook. Buzzing of flies in your ear, bring you back to your senses. Blinking against the light, you see stacks of moldering trash piled nearly to the ceiling. Piles of dead bodies are stacked nearly as high. Turn to Gobbet. You okay? She doesn't seem to notice you. Her jaw hangs open in hope. As her eyes move from atrocity to atrocity, cheeks slowly drain of color. Yitchrin. No! Not Simon! Oh, Rat, no! This tears spill down her cheeks. Gobbet grasps for a way to finish her thought. She doesn't find one. We need to find that Rat King and put an end to this. Gobbet gives you a shallow nod. That thing is going to die. Malvina, the Rat King, whatever it is that did this, it's going to die, and I'm going to kill it. The Rat King is supposed to be down on this level. That means we're headed in the right direction. After seeing this, I don't think that this raft is worth saving. We should go back to my original plan, Seattle. Send this thing to the bottom. And that's where it belongs. You can't do that, Gobbit. We've already told Cadmus that we're going to help him. He's been getting the other mutineers ready to fight, not to evacuate. If we sink this thing now, we might not even make it off the boat. We'll tell them that we changed our minds using the alarm system. They'll make it out. Trust me. We made a promise, Gobbit. I think that we should keep it. Gobbit sighs. It's a stupid idea, Seattle. You really want to do this? I'll help you get it done. At least this way it'll look like the... I'll get to look at the Rat King in the eye when I kill it. You're damn right. If we're going to do this, we need to find Malvina's old cabin. It should be west of here. Got it. I'll have to get the shiny object away from the Rat King if we want to kill it. It's probably going to be tricky. I don't think she'll let me just saunter up and take it. You've stolen the shiny object twice already. Third time's the charm, right? Yeah. 3 makes a list. Rabbit rolls her shoulders, exhales heavily. Alright, let's do this. Alright, that's a scuttling charge, so I'm not going to touch it. Oh. Alright, Steel Lynx. Where'd the music go? Ow! Rude of you. There we go. Okay. Yes, we will take that genetic cell. Oh, I think I got to that mute button fast enough. That was a big sneeze. Oh, hello?
Someone's flirting with Dad again.
Okay, are they just flirting because he's on stage, or are they flirting because, like, they're trying to do something?
Well, he sent me to get you.
Alright, good point. Okay, folks. We will be back in probably 5 or so minutes. I've got a commercial break coming up soon anyway, so go ahead, stand up, stretch, refresh your refreshments, and I will see you all on the other side of the 5. Okay? Okay, so... who is it causing trouble? nice mana core nestled somewhere very effective, shall we say. Now let's hope that helps keep... Yeah, exactly, exactly. An old relay switch box hangs off the wall. The plastic exterior of the case is broken in numerous places, and a jumble of wires spill out the cracks. This must be the shipboard alert system. What's left of it? Wires are drawn to a large lever marked alarm. Alright, we're gonna step back for just a second, because I think that's the place we progress. The door is heavy. It could easily be barred with outside intrusion, but instead stands ajar, almost as if it's inviting you in. And that's Alina's old cabin, the seat of power for the stinking ship. And that's where the Rat King is going to be. Once we go in there, we're going to be in this. There's no changing our minds after we pick a fight with that thing. What do you say, madam? Are we doing it or not? Alright. Mutiny first. Oh, it's scuff time. Alright, start the mutiny. The alarm system blares once, then twice. The sound is ear-splitting. Moments later, the distant sound of gunshots filters down from above. Alright. Let's go in. What in the actual fuck? The thing that looms over you is horrifying. A twisted amalgamation of woman and swarm, knotted and tied together into a single whole. God. The creature's voice is unnerving. 1,000 rumbling voices, all interwoven and laid over top of Malvina's crisp, cultured speak. You have returned to us, little mouse. You are the instigator of our ascendancy. The Rat King shifts his gaze to a nearby altar. A gleaming red stone has been ensconced within it. Keystone. Source of our unity. Font of power that makes us strong. Your gift to us, little mouse. You gave us what we bring this rat order. Gobbet's nose crinkles in revulsion. On her shoulders, madness and folly chitter and shriek. Save me the speech, Malvina, or whatever you are. I'm not here to talk. The new body isn't doing you any favors, by the way. You look like a fairy tree stump. The creature leans forward into the light. A fine-featured face with high cheekbones and piercing eyes stares down at you. The carpet of living vermin that bury the rest of Malvina's head and neck struggle and shriek. Our new body is beauty itself. Unity of biology and unity of purpose. Malvina, what happened to you? We are not Malvina. We are one, bound together for time. The thing's voice grows to a roar, and you hear cacophonous sounds. Other sounds folded into it, the cacophonous, gibbering babble. Things gone mad. We are order of chaos, the death of entropy, a glorious unity. Oh, fuck this. Gobbet pulls back to the side of her weapon. We're here to kill this thing, not let it talk us to death. You're damn right. Gross. Hate that. Alright. Let's get the steel links up. Just to start laying down some kind of fire. Where is the doobly-doo? Show you pain. Welcome back from Scuffland. Thank you very much. Is that the doobly-doo? I legitimately don't know at this point. Alright, I'm gonna get my meat body out, though. Flashbang grenades. Smoke grenade, smoke grenade. Okay, flashbangs it is. Hang on a second. We'll move to here. Holy fuck, those things are awful. I know, right? There we go. Isabel, would you please hit those things with a grenade? Or perhaps even two. An ominous chittering fills the air. Oh, I don't like that. Oh boy. Although, I will say this, the idea of, like, either a Nosferatu or maybe a gangrel vampire who wears a fur coat made out of living rats, pretty baller. Like, that's a pretty cool concept. Oh yeah, horrifying, but you know exactly who would do exactly that kind of thing. Pin smiling Nixon? No. No. One Miss Yabe Saki. The Rat Queen herself. The Rat King shrieks as Gobbet lifts the shiny object in her hands. In its voice, you can hear the echoes of 1,000 inhuman beings. Isn't she a Lancer character? I mean, she's all over the place. She's been in Lancer, she's been in Battletech. She's an all TTRPG character, you're correct. She's one of my favorite characters I've ever written, so I come back to her often. This is interesting. Gobbet says as she hugs the shiny object to her chest, her bare hands caressing the stone. I can feel Malvina's control over the rats. It's like 1,000 strings connecting her to them, and it feels like... One of the Rat King's servitors shudders in place. Slowly, seemingly against its own will, it lifts its head to stare at you. Yeah, she would do that. She would. She's fucking gross. I love her so much. I can tug on those strings. Malvina's cultured voice is overtaken by the inhuman roars of the other things that share her body. We will rend you all to pieces.
Tear your flesh to shreds.
Gobbet dances back, cradling the shiny object like a newborn baby. She begins to laugh. Buy me a little time, Seattle. I'm still getting used to this thing. If you give me a minute or two, those demon rats will be mine. I can do that. Really? Come on. Goodness me. There it goes. Reload. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, oops. I guess her shield is broken now. I shouldn't have just put everybody on Overwatch. I'm gonna let Gobbet get the killing shot. She deserves it. The Rat King's body shudders and convulses. As you watch, the living carpet of devil rats that forms the majority of its bulk begins to writhe. Malvina opens her mouth to speak. I'll never know what she was going to say. The only sound that escapes her throat is a long, ragged scream. Dawning horror, you come to realize what you're looking at. Devil rats that surround Malvina, turning inward. She is being. Gobbet stares dead-eyed at her former friend as the swarm and it's bound to her rips her body apart. Blood, black blood, pours in rivers, aluminum-lined floor. Come on, Gobbet, let's get the hell out of here. You go if you want. I'm watching this. You know about Malvina that much. The ghastly feast unfolding for you continues long after the screams have died. Finally satisfied, Gobbet nods to you. This raft is ours. It's over. Her PDA buzzes. She glances down at it, then turns the screen so that you can see. Kindness's grim visage fills the screen.
I don't know what you did, but whatever it was, it worked. Those rat things turned on Malvina's loyalists.
He wheezes into his mask, gulping in purified air.
And when they got done eating them, they started eating each other.
Gobbet stares down at the shiny object that she holds clutched in her hands. Yeah, I know. I told them to, right after I did the same to the Rat King. Malvina's dead, Cad.
Good, Gobbet. You and your friends. You won. Come on up topside. The celebration is in order.
Gobbet shakes her head. No, Cad. No celebrations and no milling around. We can keep this place. You can keep this place. I'm done with it. Too many bad memories. And besides all of that, you've got a hell of a mess on your hands. I'll be damned if I'm gonna help clean it up.
You've already helped us clean it up. Well, I'll always owe you for that one.
Yeah, well, let's not make a big thing out of it. Bye, Cad, and good luck. She flicks the PDA off. The screen goes dark.
Joel is still waiting for us outside. Ready to go home?
Beyond ready. She passes the shiny object from one hand to the other, scowling. And this thing is taking a one-way trip to the bottom of the bay. Good call. Come on, Seattle. Let's go home. Captain Jomo's speedboat carries you away from the sinking ship. Now liberated from the tyranny of the Rat King once and for all, the shiny object rests with Alvina's bones at the bottom of Hung Hom Bay. Gobbet stares back at the raft as it recedes into the distance. Her expression is at once happy and sad. Isabel takes her hand. Together they turn away. Yoi grows closer. You're going home. And that's 8 karma gained. Oh, plus another one from something else, I'm sure. You know what, let's go ahead and throw all 9 in there, just so that we don't have to worry about it. The comlink chirps and Kaimi Chung's rusty voice sighs through the speaker. You can hear the sounds of mahjong players laughing in the background. It's Auntie Chung, dear. You've been gone a while, Auntie. I wondered when you were coming back. I'm here now, and I have a present for you, little one. She sounds like a big cat sitting triumphant on the carcass of a wildebeest. I have a lead on the location of the plastic-faced man. The man we saw in the surveillance footage, meeting Raymond Black at the tea house on the docks. How'd you get this lead? I'll explain everything in person. Come see me and we'll talk. That's one action point. Your experience has increased your ability to operate in dangerous situations. Nice. I don't know how useful that's going to be for me as a rigger, but we'll find out later. For now, I want to go talk with Gobbet first. Ooh, and I should also check in with Matt. Alright, so that seemed like it was a pretty big moment. Let's see if the additional drones now. Ooh, you do. Ooh, you do. Best combat drones. Okay. There's drone control 7. Back. Alright, I don't have enough right off of it. Can do is replacing you. Let's look at the drones. Sell some stuff, okay. sell off the steel links. Yeah, I'll sell the Toko as well. Then I think it's gonna be the Wolfhound Mark II, the best support drone in the bins. It'll drop a grenade or med kit or even flank. Arm that. Face the sun down. There we go. Thanks, Matthew. Bye. Hang on, before we go in there, go ahead and save. Hanli Cheng is in the midst of emptying 2 plastic shopping bags when you enter. She places the contents in a pile on her mahjong table. 2 liquor bottles without labels, a box of her thin black cigars, an assortment of individually wrapped gourmet chocolates, and a large caliber pistol with electrical tape wrapped around its grip. Ah, cool. You're here. She finishes with the plastic bags and throws them. It seems like forever since we saw each other. Welcome back. Was your trip worthwhile? Her voice is filled with rusty energy. Yes, my darling, yes. I met with several contacts within my network who referred me to others in neighboring cities. Regardless of how far technology moves forward, tradition demands that some things be handled face to face. I have returned with information that will lead to a plastic-faced man. The man who killed Raymond Black. Excellent. Well, while you were gone, we uncovered a relationship between Josephine Song and Raymond. Tried woman's eyes narrow. Did you? What was it that you recovered? The man who raised us isn't Raymond. He's Edward Song, son of Josephine Song. You were raised by Josephine's son? Heinlei's brow furrows. That explains why Edward went when he disappeared. Seattle. Any idea why he disappeared? No, just that he went missing after Josephine completed rebuilding the city. That was in the early 30s. Her face twists into a mask of disgust. You realize what this means, don't you, sweet? I bet the goat whore was cold enough to have his own son. Have her own son, actually. Right, you said you had news of your own. I told you mine, now tell me yours. And your news was fascinating, my sweet. Disgusting and riveting. My news would give you what forward. She grabs a bottle and opens it. I know the identity of the plastic-faced man. His name is Li Tai Lung, and he's an independent contractor. Trusted, deniable asset who handles all of Josephine Song's more delicate operations off the books and away from the public. Plastic-faced man is her shadowy right hand outside of the corporation. Chung doesn't bother with a glance. She takes a long pull off the stinking bottle and wipes her mouth with the back of her hand. I know how to find him too. I've made contact with an information broker, Xiao Zi, who works out of an abandoned night market, Shek Kip Mei, called the Xing House Court. Not hard to find. She takes another pull on the bottle. Xiao Ji has gained information on the plastic-faced, or has gained access to the plastic-faced man's complete itinerary. Where he'll be, who he'll be with, what sort of security he'll... She grins, glassy-eyed. You can use it to perform an extraction. Have him and find out what he knows. Do you find out why Lee has a face made of plastic? Not just his face. Li Tai Lung's entire skull is synthetic. He's designed himself to be the perfect quality. He's installed a unique piece of hardware, you see. Allocates and compartmentalizes client-related memories so that they can be erased upon the completion of the job. As an added security measure, this cortical implant wipe his memory detects he's been captured. Seriously, he can just wipe out everything having to do with Song Mechanical Industries services? All part of his branding, apparently. Unless you can find a way around the cortical implant, you'll have no way to extract the information he has and figure out what happened to Raymond Black. Emily circles the mouth of the bottle with her index finger. Now, I've done my part in this, my darling. You need to find a way to neutralize that device. Isabel interjects, her voice breaking slightly as she speaks. Norway. I've heard of something like this before. I met someone in the Matrix who had a shark, a similar memory. The requirement of a big job. She pulled it.
Alright, keep talking.
Her handle is Dreamland, and I know where to find her. All that we have to do is convince her to give up the secret of how she did it. Okay, Isabel and I will go see Dreamland before we hit the information broker. Then we grab the plastic-faced man.
No matter who you choose to help snatch this guy, I'm gonna be there when you extract the information from about Raymond.
Lou crosses his arms across his chest and tilts his head towards you.
You got it, Sheela.
We should all be there. Gobbett's eyebrows arch high. You know that I want to see this.
Very good, my darlings. Now, listen to me. After you get what you need from the plastic-faced man, I want you to end him. Do you understand?
The triad boss taps the table with her finger.
I need a way to send a very clear message that this is what happens with Kindly Cheng's people. Josephine takes Nightjaw. I take her plastic-faced man. Once you snatch the plastic-faced man, Zhang will know something is happening, and events will unfold very quickly. Best close out any pressing business you have before heading to Shek Kip Mei. See Xiaoji. You understand?
Yeah, I get it. Once we set the ball rolling on this, there's no turning back.
That's right, my darling. No more side jobs, no more dalliances.
Kindly Cheng raps on the mahjong table in imitation ivory.
Be sure that your affairs are in order. You head to see the information broker.
Alright. Good to know. Well, we've still got a couple of weeks worth of, runs, I think. Because we certainly have, a lot of side missions to get done still. But we sure are approaching the end, aren't we? I do want to check in with Gobbet. I can. Stepping into Gobbet's cabin, you find her crouching on the floor. She appears to be midway through a valiant struggle against an enormous pastry. Her cheeks bulge out like a chipmunk's. Wispy threads of pork floss hang from speckled lips. Oh, pork floss pastry. Lovely. She glances up at you, her eyes wide with alarm. Her jaw works to manage the enormous quantity of crispy dough in her mouth, but she doesn't seem to be making much headway. You concentrate on eating, Gobbet. We can talk when you're done. She struggles to move her jaw, but her mouth is stuffed too full for her to make much headway. She gestures feebly to a pitcher of water on the ground near your feet. All right, hand her the pitcher. She tilts back the pitcher and sucks down its contents. As the water pours into her mouth, she's slowly able to work through the food stored in her cheeks. Finally, she lowers the water pitcher, coughing. Okay, yeah. Note to self. Pastry terrace on Prince Edward Road makes them dry. She takes another swig from the pitcher, grimacing. Moist green apple and jelly trout in my ass. The thing was like a desert-native pig. maybe you shouldn't have tried to cram the entire thing in your mouth at once. I was challenging myself, obviously, for science, and it wasn't the whole pastry, it was just half of one. She lifts the remaining pastry for inspection. Pork floss that coats its exterior looks almost festive. It's more reminiscent of a beige, curly tinsel than it is food. You want the rest? Sure, I'll take it. She blinks in surprise. Really? Sure then, it's all yours. Here, catch. She tosses the remaining pastry to you. It sails through the air, glistening suggestively in the dim cabin light. Catch it. You snatch the flying pork brick out of the air. It's surprisingly dense, with a heft roughly equivalent to that of a softball. Yeah, I'll go ahead and eat it. You raise the pastry to your lips and take a bite. Seconds later, you can feel all the moisture in your mouth evaporate. I hope it wasn't lying. This thing is dry. The flavor is surprisingly palatable, though. She blinks at you in astonishment. Can't believe you ate that. I'm impressed. If I ever get another one of those again, I'm gonna let it sit in a bowl of condensed milk for at least half an hour before I try putting it in my mouth. That might help. I don't know. Reconstitute it, I guess? I don't know. It might work. Anyway, you probably want to talk about what happened on the raft, huh? If it'd been in your place, I certainly would. Yeah, let's talk about what happened on the sinking ship. Yeah, we can do that, Gobbet says with a sigh. First off, I should thank you. You and Iz came to help me, even though I didn't ask you to. Or want you to. Actually, maybe I should be upset about that, but the important thing is that you did help me. I'm not gonna say that I couldn't have handled it without you, but it wouldn't have been really... well, it would have been really, really dicey. You can say that again. The situation on that raft was pretty bad. Babbitt nods grimly. Yeah, it's definitely that. On the bright side, we overthrew Malvina and put the raft back in Cad's hands. That feels pretty great. And the shiny object is at the bottom of Hung Hom Bay, lodged in a bank of silt and crab shit. It's pretty much where it belongs. But I've got to admit, something is gnawing at me. Before you and Iz showed up, I was gonna sink the raft. I'd gotten halfway through arming the charges. I was gonna send the whole sinking ship down in flames. One on it would have died. Cad and Yasmin. All of them. Because I made up my mind early and didn't want to change it. And it makes me think, many times before now have I done what seemed like the right thing? You know, followed my gut like I taught you. Not realizing that there was a better option. This whole introspection thing kind of sucks, I've got to say. She looks up at you, scowling. It's much more comforting to just assume that all of my past decisions were right. Sure it is. It's intellectually dishonest, but it's definitely comforting. Babbitt bites her lower lip. Yeah. You know, Seattle, you aren't helping my mood any. I'm kind of having a tough time over here. She begins to pace, kicking piles of dirty clothes and blankets out of the way. Resting her hands into her hands, she fishes out madness and folly. Tosses them down onto her cup. Don't do this very often. Collecting is for mirrors, not devastatingly attractive street shamans. I don't know how you hand-wringers deal with feeling this way. It's pretty simple. We acknowledge our mistakes and our near misses. We own up to them. Okay, pretty much got that step covered. What's next? What comes after this? After you've suffered through your embarrassment for a while, you try to learn something. Your way is boring, Seattle. It's complicated. It comes with way too many bad feelings. She scowls. But yeah, I get it. There's probably even some value there. I'm never going to start second-guessing everything I do, though. That just isn't me. Well, maybe you could just start second-guessing some things when new information presents itself. What a novel concept. Yes, Seattle, I can do that. I will from now on. Cross my heart. Anyway, things turned out the way that they did. I don't know what might have happened if we tried to do something different, but there's one thing that I can say for certain. Things are better in Hung Hom Bay than they were before we went to the stinking ship. The sinking ship, I should say. We did some good out there. Something. We didn't go out there to save help. We did it to help you. Mission accomplished then, and to think of it, there are two things that I can say for certain. You want to hear the second? Lay it on me. I think that Rat is happy with the shiny object is gone. She pauses for a moment, considering, oh, that or maybe that stupid egg did something to me. I don't know for certain. Either way, something is different. I feel it in my gut. You know what it does? Beats the hell out of me. I mean, I'm sure that it does something. It has to, right? That wouldn't just give me a normal rock. She's a trickster and all, but that'd be mean. So you mark my words, Seattle. The next time we're in the field, something magical is going to happen. I mean, literally magical. Possibly with explosions, it's too early to tell. Gobbet nods sagely. It'll be a journey of discovery for both of us. Alright, I'll be looking forward to that. Me too, and thank you, Seattle. Really, really mean that. You can fly by my side anytime. Alright, thanks, Gobbet. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and save. We'll talk to the rest of the crew, as well as the people around Hayoi next time. But for now, let's go ahead and head back over to the Just Chatting screen. It is about that time. Alrighty, folks. Whew. Thank you very much for stopping by today. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. I plan on being back on Tuesday, August 4th with a Hightail stream. Progress on the Haytail CNG continues apace with the floors completed last time, at least as far as I'm aware. So this coming Tuesday we'll be moving on to either the roofing of the CNG or the walls for the temple, wherever my brain leads me that day. For more information about future streams, keep an eye on our Blue Sky at Come and Go Tavern for announcements and daily check-ins from the Come and Go. I have been your hostess, Sheela Ornthalis, and if you need to prop your feet up for a while longer, we've got some more entertainment coming up soon via a raid. So let's take a look at the menu and see where I can send you all off to, shall we? Who is online right now? Let's see. Ooh, a few people we know. Let's go see Toxan. How about that? He looks like they are playing Warhammer. Oh yeah, playing with Plushy Pixie. Alright, so let's set that up. Good to go. There we are, and I will hopefully see you all next time. Alright? Ta-ta for now. Bye. Bye. Bye.